you have the green
monster.
Yeah. How does that impact your stats? I don't know. So we'll have to see. And by the way, can I just say, Dodger fans, listen, I'm going to talk to you for a second here. All right.
A heart to heart, eye to eye.
A heart to heart, eye to eye conversation about Corey Seager. Okay. As much as everybody wants Cody Bellinger to come back, they also want Corey Seager to come back. You know what? It's not happening. You know why? We already have a shortstop. Oh, but Mookie Betts should go back to right field. No, you're romancing what happened years ago. The dude is now a legitimate bona fide shortstop. He was a finalist for the Gold Glove. Okay. Mookie Betts is locked in at shortstop. The only reason they're going to consider a shortstop is if at the end of Mookie Betts' career or nearby. They have enough utility players on the roster to cover for Mookie when he can't play shortstop. Corey Seager is not the answer. Please, I love you, Dodger fans. Stop asking for Corey Seager to come back.
And I think that you stumbled upon a good point here, is that especially for some reason in LA specifically, there is a huge romanticization of the past.
Justin Turner. Let's do that. Hey, you know what? Let's bring back Eric Karros. Why not? How about Eric Gagne? Honestly, Gagne could probably still pitch in this league. Let's bring back, I don't know, Don Sutton. Let's bring back Yasiel Puig. Let's bring back Sean Green. Oh, I know. Let's bring back Steve Garvey. Ralph and I would like that.
I would like that.
Let's bring back Matt Kemp, Andre Ethier, Adrian Gonzalez. Bring them all back.
Well, I mean,
it's not how this works.
Yeah,
people.
But I think that LA specifically, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's a star-making town that they have stars that they are tied to. That like we see this out of USC. Like it's only till recently with Lincoln Riley that they finally bucked the trend of Pete Carroll and Pete Carroll's guys. And if you were even in association with Pete Carroll, you got a head coaching gig at USC. You got a chance to stay there for your entire lifespan, not even your career, your entire life. You got a coaching gig.
Yeah.
And so like LA, look at the Lakers. Like they'll hold on to players for a lot longer and bring them back time and time again. Like Dwight Howard had like 3 stays here. You have a couple of players that just kept making their way and stick around and all this stuff. For some reason, LA specifically seems to have an affinity towards old people that are
wow.
Did you say old people?
Towards old people.
People
well, keep in mind he's 12, so everybody's old from that.
But people that are associated with whatever the last tenure of success was.
Well, of course,
and bringing them back.
And that's human nature, right? It's very much, and I don't think maybe it seems more prominent with the Dodgers, but I think it happens in every fan base. It's like, if you're a guy and there's that girl in high school that you had some great times with, and you go to the 20-year class reunion and you think, God, I hope so-and-so's there. I wonder if, and like, she got divorced and you got divorced, and it's like, maybe we can make this happen finally. And then you realize this person is not the same as they were 20 years ago in the high school, right? And that's the reality with a lot of these players. We need to stop romanticizing them, and we love them for who they were. Justin Turner is a great example of that for the Dodgers. I mean, there's a lot of players and a lot of teams you could say the same thing.
I've got some bad news for you, Phil.
Oh.
This is not good news.
What's it?
We have a lot of texts.
Okay.
And thank you everybody for texting, by the way. I appreciate it, and chatting and stuff.
Because it justifies Ralph getting the text line. But anyway.
No. The sound was not working when we started the show.
No.
It's fixed now. They can all hear us.
Oh, good.
But your whole little montage.
Oh, wow.
Oh no.
So if you want to call her back and do it for hour 2.
Nah, we'll.
I think you should, because I think people deserve to hear this.
There's no need for that. You know what we'll do is on celebration of a Cleveland Browns win.
Okay.
We might bring it back next week.
So I apologize, everybody, that I know my son's listening, and because the buttons got twisted yesterday when you were doing something, our sound was off, and I just fixed it in 2 seconds. But
there we go.
You're lucky you're going to do social work today, or I'd kill you. Anyway, sorry about that, everybody, but we're back on. And you missed. We were discussing the tender offers, people that don't get tendered, and when they don't get tendered, they become a free agent instantly. And we're just talking about some of the names, and we got off in our tangent. So
there's a lot of names, and there's a lot of interesting players that are out and about, right? Like, I mean, we've talked, and this isn't just the non-tendered players. Look across the league, right? You've got Pete Alonso.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Agency. Like he wants to get paid, and I'm not sure it's going to happen with the Mets. And obviously, Bo Bichette's another example. Bo Bichette is here's my thing about Bo Bichette. There's all this talk about him going somewhere else, but honestly, some of that personal stuff matters. Him and Vladdy Jr. are tight. So I don't know if
they're a little too tight.
No,
I'm
wow.
serious.
Okay.
They seem like they're a little too tight.
Are they like?
Okay,
Are they
this
like?
is not-
They were
Grande?
crying in
not-
each other's arms out. I mean, it was just they're a little too tight for my flavor.
come on!
I'm
Just because
sorry.
two men
Well,
are
you're
openly
so
weeping
judgy,
together
Ralph.
does not mean that they're too.
Ralph-
They're
They're a
not,
little too tight.
they're not
Ralph-
on the level of like as with Wicked having just released. They're not on the Cynthia Avero and Ariana
Dude, I think
Grande.
they take showers together.
Ralph is a
No,
racist,
well, I mean, technically, don't
misogynist,
they all?
and a homophobe. He's got like the trifecta.
You can call it what you want. They're too tight.
Anyway, but
Well,
Bo
they
Bichette
need to
is.
stretch
I
it
have a
out together.
feeling. I have a feeling Bo Bichette is playing the
He is playing the game.
Blue Jays, right? I
Oh,
think he's going
absolutely.
to end up back with the Blue Jays, and I hope he does because he works well with that roster and that team and that city. So
He's talking about how the Yankees are all over him. He's making the Blue Jay management understand that the Yankees want him.
his agent is coaching him.
Oh
on how
yeah,
to do this.
they're absolutely
Who is
playing a
his
game.
agent? I mean, pretty much, if you want to know how negotiations are going to go, you can almost just say who is their agent. Because
Yeah.
if it's Scott Boras, it's going to be a grind. It's going to probably last through
Bleed
spring
into
training.
bleed
They're
into
going to
the regular
sign
season,
late.
maybe.
It's going to be awful. And each agent has their own style of doing things. So I guarantee you know who the agent is. You know how the negotiations are going to
Well,
go.
because you know what the Blue Jays are responding with. Well, we're looking at Kyle Tucker.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
exactly.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
right?
good for them.
So it
Hey,
makes
it's
a
a
lot
business,
of sense.
people.
And keep in mind, Bo Bichette is homegrown. Like they drafted him, the Toronto Blue Jays. I think that accounts for something. Where like certain organizations, like the Yankees, I think are fine with wheeling and dealing and going as they may. They'll pay for an Aaron Judge. I don't think that they'll overpay for really anybody because they
Right.
know that the next person from somebody else's team will come to them.
Alex Bregman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But for certain organizations, you look at like the Milwaukee Brewers, perhaps you look at like the St. Louis Cardinals, or that where they won't pay necessarily that much for free agents. They'll look for more for values, but they will pay you a loyalty uptick for being a homegrown talent, one of their guys that they brought up through their system. So that possibly could be what's happening
True.
with Bo Bichette.
And then the other run out there, since we're talking free agency noise, is Edwin Diaz. There's a lot of talk about him moving on from the Mets. I know a great landing spot for him.
Oh, I'm sure you do, Ralph.
I know you do too.
Skull in Phoenix wants to know too. He's dying to know where Edwin Diaz might land.
I think he'll be a Dodger because I think the Dodgers can put the right thing together for him.
They last season, you just saw how they went about. I feel like the Dodgers are the most successful at finding and acquiring closing pitching. Whenever it's
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No.
Brock Stewart,
I'm saying
Tanner
whenever
Tanner
the
Scott.
thought wasn't complete, whenever they go and find value in
It
the
never
offseason
is.
and they either find somebody that bubbles up to the top and fulfills that role, or in midseason, they have now that financial flexibility that they didn't do in the offseason to see who's actually performing during the season and acquiring them midseason. That seems to be the two routes that they have found with which there has been success specifically closing. Because last year they tried to do this. They tried to get the Edwin Diaz of last season, and it failed
blew
in
up in their face.
spectacular for
Tanner Scott,
fashion
yeah.
in their face. Yes,
Agreed.
So who are the Diamondbacks pursuing this offseason?
relevancy.
They just re-signed a catcher.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's harsh, man.
I haven't heard much about what the Diamondbacks are looking to do.
They're
Be honest with you, at all.
They're mostly looking to just retain their young guys. Like they honestly they have to keep their powder dry to retain Corbin Carroll. He's coming up down the line. I don't know when he's
well,
probably got
Corbin
two-
Carroll, but also like Corbin Burns is going to be coming back from injury.
Sure.
So that's going to be good for them.
Well, and they still have to keep Gallen because Gallen's a free agent.
Yeah,
Allen's a free
that's the thing. Do you keep him or not? What do you think? What do you think?
I mean, if
Phoenix
you're the
fans.
Diamondbacks, yeah, you keep him. How do you not keep him? He's your best
I
pitcher.
think Zach Gallen had a bump in the road this year, except when he pitched against the Dodgers. He pitched like
Yeah, he was awesome.
He pitched like he was Cy Young winner.
I'd keep him. I think you're crazy to let him go. But
I
I don't know that
agree.
he wants to stay.
Well, there's that too, but I don't know. I feel like the team culture, at least from what I've seen, the culture at the Diamondbacks organization is generally pretty good, right? Like they all like Torey Lovello. That's what I've heard. I mean, obviously,
I don't know about that. I think Zach Gallen will not do a hometown discount for the Arizona Diamondbacks, but
wouldn't.
I don't think he's ruling them out. I think he will
Sure.
go where he is somebody that is, I will go to the highest bidder because I know that my last year was not my best stuff. Had he gone to contract, had he been a free agent this season before and heading into last season, he would have been paid.
You know a great place for him? Toronto.
Yeah, somebody. If he comes at a value,
Mariners.
I think that he can be a very good value get for somebody. It's the problem is I think everybody knows that, but nobody wants to pay what he technically is going to be asking and kind of deserves to ask.
Well, he doesn't deserve it after what happened last year. He hurt his value last year.
He did.
So that's really going to a struggle. Right?
It is the struggle.
Players that have those good years and they have that bad year on that free agent year, that last.
It's the reverse problem, right? Everybody sees the Sam Darnold of it all, where like he just performs outrageously on a contract year, and you're like, do we want to pay top of the line market value for a person who just performed when they needed to, or do we or here in the reverse, man, he was great until this last season. Can we explain it with injuries? No. Can we explain it with perhaps maybe he was in a bad stadium for it? No, because they're in the inside. I don't know. It's tough. It is very tough.
Speaking of the Diamondbacks, one person they're talking about bringing back is Merrill Kelly. They let him go at the trade deadline, but they're thinking about, and I don't know, how do you feel about that? I think obviously it's a business, right? So I get it. Stuff happens, you end up moving, but I still think at a certain level, at a certain human level, it's got to be pretty tough to like be on a team for a long time and then get traded at the deadline and then think about coming back to them. It's like if your longtime girlfriend decided to dump you for someone better, or to ship you off to somebody else's gal for a couple of months, and then afterwards she's like, okay, cool, you can come back to me now.
So like a vacation?
No. Here, you want to know what this is? This is like a Aroldis Chapman back in the day. Remember, I forget if it was with the Yankees specifically, but I think I think it was I think it was the Cubs. So he was a fantastic closer for the Cubs. The Cubs then trade him to the Yankees, and then he comes back the next season and signs with the Cubs again. Now, nothing wrong with it, and I think the Cubs did him a favor because not only did he was an integral part of them winning the championship the year that they had, and then they were like, you know what, let's go get you on a championship contender. You'll have fun and whatever. To fill out your analogy, this would be like having a girlfriend. She happens to have a chance to have a night with Ron Jeremy, and then
Whoa!
I'm just saying
that'll destroy her.
Well, okay, but then you get her back.
Depends on the girl.
Yeah. Or maybe she learns a thing or two. Whatever. The point is she comes back and it's like, you know what, that was a once in a lifetime thing. You get a chance to come back, commit to me, baby. And she does, because she got it out of her system. She got it there, and like,
I don't want any girl that Ron Jeremy's been a part of.
Well,
I'm trying to be clean about this.
Yes, of course. But
brother.
So you're saying if Aroldis Chapman goes to the Yankees, I think that's one thing if you're the Boston Red Sox. But if you're just the Cubs, I don't think it matters that he went to the Yankees.
Because Yankees are Ron Jeremy.
Because here's the other thing. Ron Jeremy gave you like $1 million. This is an indecent proposal because you got something back for like the rental of it.
The rental
of the night.
Oh my God.
Who is Pip? So I'm curious here. I'm looking at all of our likers on our chat, and it's funny how it's funny to see how stuff moves the needle. The fact that we had no sound was the most popular topic.
It was very popular.
And the fact that I was talking about the Dodgers.
Chief Skol didn't like that.
I know he didn't.
Nor should he.
And then he said Gallen has rejected the offer. So he was offered by the Diamondbacks and Gallen rejected. That's what Chief Skol just said. Which, of course, he's going to do that. A lot of guys do that to then go ahead and
they reject the offer at the advice of their agent.
Yeah, I think Gallen specifically wants to go see what the market is. Like he's somebody who I would say I'm not signing a single thing until I see what the market is. Because even if I need to, if I absolutely need to, he does strike me as a guy who could possibly go pitch on a 1-year deal. Just go do it and add to a rotation.
Go to Ron Jeremy.
But I don't think he wants to.
I don't think he wants. Nobody
wants to make real money.
Nobody wants. I mean, we talked about it earlier. Pete Alonso didn't want to go on a 1-year deal, but he certainly proved himself, and now is going to be getting the long-term deal that he desired last year
By somebody.
So I think for Zach Gallen specifically, he is somebody that would definitely want to go see what the market bears. If it is not to his liking, go to whomever the highest bidder is, because a pitcher, you can do this. It doesn't necessarily matter as long as it's not the Rockies. Go somewhere that's outside of the Rockies, and then get your money the following season.
One more baseball thing, and we'll move on. Because I know I want to talk about the Rule 5 draft. So for people that don't understand what the Rule 5 draft is, this is how it works. After a player's been in the minors 4 or 5 years, it depends on his age, and if he's not put on the 40-man roster by that period of time, he becomes what's called Rule 5 eligible. And Rule 5 is a draft. It's actually 2 drafts. It's a Major League Rule 5 and a Minor League Rule 5. And the reason that this rule's in place is because if you have a player that you've drafted and you've kept for 4 or 5 years, and you just want to hang on to him and try to, procure all these young guys that you don't have to
if you want to stack your roster,
right? You want to stack your minor league system roster. This rule doesn't allow that. You have to make a decision on them. You have to put them on the 40-man roster to protect them. So every year, every team has to make a decision. Who are they putting on the 40-man roster? The guys that they don't are the guys that they can lose, and that they lose good players every year actually because of it. And it's funny, in our social media, there were a couple guys this week talking about some of those players because, they know them because their son played against them in high school or this or that. And the Dodgers had to make, I always start with the Dodgers because they had to make some decisions as well, right? So we were talking last week, Neil and I were about Ronan Kopp, if he was going to get protected, and he did. He's on the 40-man roster, so he's the pitcher that we've talked about on the show.
Yep.
So that's good. They're not going to lose him, but they didn't protect a few other guys. I think he was their first or second round draft pick back in 2021. Another pitcher, I have to look up his name, but they didn't protect him. And I know the Twins are hot on this guy and they're looking to draft him, but he's been a disappointment. But there's quite a few players that didn't get protected this last week. On the 18th, they had to make that decision. Every team did.
Yep.
And I think your friend on Minnesota was one of them.
Speaking
too,
of the Twins, yes, John Klein, Osseo High School's own John Klein was protected. He was assigned. He was selected for the 40-man roster. So that's good news for John. That is his lifelong dream to play for the Minnesota Twins. I'd love to see him in a Dodger uniform, but I mean, obviously, that's one thing that they don't have a real issue with is pitching at this point. And John Klein's a starter; he's not a reliever, so he would be a starter for the team if he could make it. So, good luck to John Klein. I hope to see him in spring training, and I hope you make the roster. And this is my word: my son and I are both going to buy John Klein jerseys if you make the opening day roster. There you go.
That's cool.
So,
what I like to look at in the Rule 5 is first round draft picks that get, basically don't get protected. And it was interesting. The Royals left 2 top 10 picks completely exposed. So from their 2021 draft, the number 7 overall pick is Frank Mozzicato. He's a left-hand pitcher. They let him go. And Gavin Cross, an outfielder, was their number 9 pick in the 2022 draft. It just goes to show you, they give these guys a lot of money in this draft. Like these draft slots, if you're in the first 10 picks, you're making anywhere from $8 to $5 million on the back end is what you're making as a signing bonus. And then it goes down every pick. That's how baseball works. So when you get into the second round, you're probably looking at 1.2 to 2 million, and it keeps to go down. But you see these guys that were these real hot, these high-end picks that people thought were going to be these, can't miss guys, and now teams are giving up on them. And the Royals had that example of 2 guys. The Dodgers guy that I was talking about was Pete Hubeck. He's a pitcher that just has been a disappointment.
Pete Hubeck. That sounds like a game show host. Hey, everybody, it's Pressure Luck with Pete Hubeck.
Pete Hubeck. He's
hey,
a right-handed pitcher that just has not played out to what they thought he would be. And in the Dodger organization, if you just don't perform in those first 4 years as a pitcher, there's so much talent ahead of you. They're gonna let you go. Noah Miller, the shortstop the Dodgers have. Now, Noah Miller is a heck of a talented shortstop, but where are you going to put him? Right? I mean, you've got so much talent in the infield in the Dodgers, not just on the club, but in the minors, that they just decided not to protect him either. So,
oh, I know. Let's bring Corey Seager in.
You know what's interesting about Corey Seager? Let's say you did sign him. Let's just say.
Okay, let's say you signed
You
him.
would fix an issue because now you take Mookie and put him back in the outfield.
I don't think Mookie wants that.
I don't think he'd care.
Yeah.
The organization
Mookie cares.
Do you think he cares?
Mookie very much cares. I don't think that this.
He proved himself at short.
Sure.
Did a great job.
Right. But I'm saying that I think that's partly why he wants to stay there.
I think Mookie Betts will succeed at anything he does.
I agree.
I saw
He's a great bowler.
I saw a TikTok of him. He's picking up the guitar.
Yeah.
Like he was playing guitar. Like this dude can literally do anything he wants. I'm not just glazing on him because he's a Dodger, so calm down, people. The dude is a talented human being. I think he has a little bit of ADHD too, because it's like, man, he just gets bored easily with stuff because he masters it. He's like, okay, moving on to the next thing. Pickleball, meh. Bowling, meh. Guitar, he's going to end up being the lead guitarist for some major rock band for a couple of weeks. You watch.
I wonder if he knows Ron Jeremy. Speaking of Ron Jeremy, Bitter Dolphin fan is on it's on Facebook. It says, why couldn't the sound not be working when Ron Jeremy came up? No pun intended.
That's a big comment right there, Bitter Dolphin.
Wow. It's hard to talk about these things.
This thing is going slow as a turtle, man. I'll tell you.
Slow
and steady.
Slow and hard. Anyway, are we good with baseball?
Yeah, let's stroke our way to
Please.
college football.
That's right. That's right.
Speaking of which,
Penn State.
you know what? I think one of the fun topics that we can talk about and in the romantic form is that I think it's hilarious about Lane Kiffin and the coverage around Lane Kiffin possibly going elsewhere, because there are articles ranging from everywhere to say when the deadline is that Lane Kiffin will decide about Ole Miss future. Lane Kiffin is specifically openly cheating on Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Just going around. I think that that's hilarious talk. And also, you kind of know what you're signed up for. Ole Miss is not a blue chip heritage program. Like, the best thing to come out of Ole Miss is Eli Manning. Like,
that ain't saying much.
Yeah, that's not saying. Dak Prescott's out of Ole Miss too, right? I can't remember. So Ole Miss, I think, will be very happy to keep Lane Kiffin. Like, I think Ole Miss's best pitch to Lane Kiffin is saying, hey, we gave you an opportunity to rehabilitate your image and to where you could get to here. And you probably will be here at Ole Miss a year or two longer than you would anywhere else. For instance, there are reported offers right now, $90 million to go to LSU.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen with Brian Kelly right now, LSU is doing everything they can to openly campaign against taking their job with Brian Kelly, because they've only until recently formally fired Brian Kelly. They've tried to nickel and dime him on his way out.
Yeah, they don't want to pay him out.
They don't want to pay him out, which understandable to some degree, but also you are openly trying to recruit other coaches and trying to set yourself up as a premier job. What message are you sending to the next guy to say, hey, on the way out, we're not only going to kick on you, but we're going to make sure that you try your best to get every single dollar that we have agreed to. We have agreed to this.
SEC football is wild, both on the field and off the field.
Yes.
And this is a great example
Just
of it.
because it means more.
Dak was from Mississippi State, by the way.
I knew it was Mississippi.
Chief Skull wanted to clarify.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Chief Skull.
But there's a lot of Florida's after him, too.
Florida's.
And there's been reports of his family visiting Florida this last week.
He's the number one, for all intents and purposes, the recruit.
Do you stay at Ole Miss? Or think about it. So he's already met with Ole Miss. They've talked through it already a little bit, and they haven't announced anything. And now he's saying that after the Egg Bowl, I think it is.
Yeah, it's the game between Mississippi State and
Right.
Ole Miss.
So after the Egg Bowl, there's a great game. He's going to announce his decision.
It's tradition, man.
It's the step before the Mayo Bowl.
So do you think he stays, or do you think he goes?
You know what's funny about these
the
things?
122nd meeting of these teams is called the Egg Bowl, and you're just now discovering it and making fun of it.
That shows you that I'm not from Mississippi, nor do I care about anything Mississippi.
You're an idiot.
So,
anyway,
well, that egg stinks. I think it's one of those things where I actually usually err on the side of I want the guy who's going to take the next big job, because if you're taking the next big job, you are looking for challenges. You are not content with where you are. You're not going to be the guy who just has a system looking at you, Chip Kelly, and that's all you're doing. All that you're doing for. I want the guy who wants to be the best, who wants to go for the next
thing.
thing.
Big job.
I want you to want me.
Yeah, well, he's had a big job. I mean, USC.
That was a huge job.
That was
And
a
he
Yeah,
failed
why did he
miserably.
leave from that?
Because he failed.
yeah.
Lane
It
Kiffin.
was terrible.
Yeah, at least he didn't go the Steve Sarkisian way and just drank himself out of that job. No, he had to rehab and get his way back
Yikes.
to this prominence, back to a position where he can take another big job. I think that you go for it, man. Like also
Really?
at the end of the day, if you look at his career, he's worked his ass off to get to where he is, and he does not have a championship to his name. I don't even think technically he wasn't a part of the Alabama one that won, because he took another job and Nick Saban said, "Get out of here."
But he's made Ole Miss relevant.
Yes,
That's
I mean,
true.
he's
He
done
has.
a great job
he
at Ole
has.
Miss.
I mean, he made Jackson Dart a thing. Absolutely.
He can take Ole Miss to that next level if he
Oh,
stays.
no.
Why not?
Oh,
It's all
no.
about, this is NIL. You can recruit and buy whoever you want. I don't care what your
That's
name
true.
is anymore. It
No,
doesn't
no.
matter.
Here's the thing. NIL has evened out the playing field to where the little guy can now be in the conversation. The little guy will never win.
Why?
The little guy just does not have the ability to go that much deeper.
If he
than
can
a big-
pay,
No, but the lower guy, Ole Miss here, can pay for the leftovers. the second helpings, the you're going to Thanksgiving
The
table.
sloppy seconds.
Yeah, this is you're
Let's
arriving.
just say what it is.
You're
man.
arriving late to Thanksgiving, and you're getting the ravaged
Wow.
remains of what everybody else has. There's still good things to be found. Maybe a turkey leg here or there, but you're not getting 2 turkey legs. You can't be the person that Aunt Bertha likes the turkey leg, so then you show up and you have to run that risk of it not being there.
Bitter Dolphin fan. I was thinking this too. This is a really good comment. He says, "Would Kiffin look at the NFL, reunite with Jackson Dart? Giants need a coach."
They do.
That's interesting.
I
is
didn't
very
think of that
interesting.
angle.
There's also been rumors that he could possibly take up the Tennessee job. He is just the number 1 coaching recruit right now. So that is unabashedly what he is. I wonder if going to the NFL, especially New York, while I like the fit on the field, I don't know if a guy who is that rambunctious, who is that much of a troll, like,
Rambunctious.
you look at Sean Payton.
Is he?
Where has Sean Payton worked? He's worked in New Orleans and he's worked in Denver. 2 places where the media is allowing of his, let's just go on the record and say it, his tomfoolery. Because he is an aggregator, he is an agitator, he is somebody who just goes out and is darn near a bully. But that works.
Tomfoolery
Yeah,
slash
that
skullduggery.
works there.
Overrated.
You look at Brian Dable, he goes and he yells at the
Overrated.
concussion guy over in the blue tent, and that's what a lot of people attribute to saying he got fired for. Like, he
Well,
got heavily fined for.
Yeah, you mean Bounty Gate guy? Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna plant my flag.
Oh my!
You ready? Let's plant a flag here.
Is he ready?
Because none of this means anything anyway, so why not? Have some fun with
He
it.
is all about plant flagging.
Lane Kiffin will go to the NFL next season, and it will be with the New York Giants. I'm just calling it.
Wow.
I'm calling it right here, right now. Calling it.
I'm telling you, that's not a bad move for him. But I don't think that's going to happen. But that's not a bad move.
I mean, if you're Lane Kiffin, you're hoping if you can strike while they're on top for the NFL, I do think you can do it now, because realistically, what are you looking for in 2 years earliest? 2 years earliest, you go from LSU to the NFL, if that's what you have ambitions for. If that at all strikes your fancy, yeah, go ahead. I mean,
just don't think he's an
And
NFL
if that
caliber
fails,
coach.
you come back to college.
I don't
You'll
think
be
he's an NFL
received with
caliber.
open arms.
He's a college guy.
I do think he has the ability to recruit, and I think that would be a skill that would be, of course, wasted in the NFL.
Yeah. He's a
Um,
college guy. He's going to go to LSU.
I think the fact that he fits in the SEC is just such a boon that
Right,
like
he's
it
going
doesn't.
to LSU.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Like, you look at
I'm
Brian
I'm
Dable.
planting my flag.
You go in the reverse. Apparently, Brian Dable is a contender and wants the Penn State job. Like, you look around there. That it's so weird to go from that way. So the fact that you already work in college and you can make college money, I think go for it.
Talk about Penn State
Absolutely,
State Penn.
because they're off the hook. You mentioned it.
they are. So I find it absolutely ludicrous that James Franklin is so thirsty, is so desiring to just wipe the stain and to just show up his ex-girlfriend to say, no, I can get a girlfriend whenever I want. You know who I got? You know what I got?
I got me a hokey.
I got me a hokey of a girl. I got me Gretel over here. Gretel, come over here and show them all what you got. And it's like, you have the golden handcuffs. You have the golden parachute, I should say, and the ability
What's up
to
with your
make
handcuffs? What's going on with you
Well,
this
Ron
morning?
Jeremy handcuffs,
handcuffs.
watches.
bringing his girlfriend in.
I'm
I mean,
sorry,
it's
go
all
ahead.
kind of crazy.
But
What's
no,
going on?
the golden parachute is
Don't-
where
don't
you get
encourage
fired
him.
and you have the ability. Now, I get it. Penn State, and one of their clauses was, which is so odd, but one of their clauses was, hey, if we fire you at any point in the time, which we're not going to do, but if we do,
Uh-huh.
if we ever
We would never
if-
do this, but just in case.
just in case, you need to actively go and search for another job. Okay. You know what? let me tell you. I was say I put in an application. They never returned my call. Virginia, and Virginia's like, no, we actually want you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Would you go into puberty again?
I would go into Aaron
Never heard
Rodgers
my
territory.
call.
I would go into Aaron Rodgers territory where it's like everybody knows that you need to FaceTime me, because if I have an option of waiting a year, and look at what had happened for Gruden, look at what happened for Sean Payton, look at any of these coaches that were big name hires at the time that were retreads. They take a year off. Look at even Mike McCarthy. And this happened for Mike. If Mike McCarthy can take this route and it's successful, then it can work for you too, James Franklin. If you can take a year off, get paid to do nothing, and then all of a sudden become the big contender for an actual big job, why not do that? Why give back the gift of $40 million to Penn State? Yes, that is so generous of you to do so. But he essentially gave back $40 million to Penn State, who now only have to pay $9 million of his buyout because he found another job, because Virginia will be taking on that sum of money.
Tech.
Virginia Tech. Yes, I agree. That is true. Because he was so generous with this, I found it to be just almost financially irresponsible. Take a year off. Just even if you want to study, go find the game tape, look at
So-
the next recruits. It's so weird. James Franklin, another choice of why I think you got fired.
You know why? You know
To be
why?
quite honest
You
with
know
you.
why Franklin took the Hokies job?
Why is that?
The Virginia Tech has arguably one of the best stadium entrances for a game in all of college football. They play Enter Sandman.
Mm.
That is
That is a
electric.
recruitment pitch. That is
Oh
true.
my goodness, that makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up even every time I watch it. I watch that clip 300 times. 300 times the hair on the back of my neck stands up. It's amazing. I love that. That's why Franklin took the job.
And very well should. But you know what? For $40 million, I can have that on replay. I can go to Spotify and just have that a lifetime subscription.
So this is one of the things that gets talked about a lot when it comes to sports and stuff, or even like players retiring, because it's kind of like Brett Favre staying in the league too long, right, and getting injured, or these players who play well past their prime, and everybody knows it. That's the thing. What you and I don't understand, because we're not in that world, we don't understand the competitive nature these people have, coaches and players. So for us, it's like if I won the lottery, I would quit my job tomorrow. I would moon everybody at the office and leave and never come back. But it's just not that easy for them.
But you know what the
full moon, too.
true indicator of a true competitor is their ability to be cerebral. Do you look at Bill Belichick? He took a year off. And look, he took the first opportunity he got with North
Dude,
Carolina.
he
How's
took a
that
year
working
off
for him?
You took a year off with that gal? Yeah, okay, I would too.
I'd be out of the house too, man.
Yeah,
Good grief.
But the point is that he took the first thing available to him. He thought he had all the pomp and circumstance to think that, I'll go to UNC. I'll show him that I can still coach, and then I'll be off to the NFL and be on my merry way. Look at that. Does anybody want Bill Belichick, NFL or college now?
No.
No, Bill Belichick is an edge case for sure.
Yeah,
I would say
so you
that.
look at James Franklin, just make do. You have the opportunity. Somebody's paying you to not do something. Just go and enjoy that. Make sure that you become now the person in the back saying, you know what? James Franklin's out there. Why don't we pay him?
So you're arguing for complacency is what I'm hearing.
I'm arguing to restock is what I'm arguing for. You had a grocery store, there was a fire in the produce section, instead of opening up the store and selling out of the rest and everybody saying, what's that smell? Why does it smell burnt chicken in here? Whatever. Just go and fix the shelf and then come back and open fresh and anew.
So Chief Skulls on a text line says, if Phil had a college entrance song for a sport, it would be Muskrat Love.
Muskrat Love.
By the way, Chief Skull, I saw that picture of the Avalanche hat. Are you a Colorado Avalanche fan? I'm assuming. Just curious.
Avalanche.
So one more thing about college football. Big games today. One of them is USC Oregon. So number 7 Oregon taking on number 15 USC. I think it's the biggest game of the weekend. SC needs to win out to get into the playoffs,
100%.
right? I mean, and they've been doing well. They're getting better every week. And Oregon is they're ranked 7th right now. Solid team. This is at Oregon. What do you think, Phil? I mean, do you have I think this is going to be a tough one, but I think SC can go in there and take this win. I think they can go upset Oregon. I think it's going to be a really, really good game. But I love the way SC is playing, especially defensively right now. They've really got it going on, playing a lot better than they were earlier in the year. And Maeva just looks really good on offense, and the receivers are the best in the country. And that running game, if they can run against Oregon, they have a shot at upsetting Oregon. What do you think?
I think that it is in Oregon. That certainly does come
Makes
to
it
play
tough.
here. Yeah. And both teams you would think have games afterwards that they won't be able to overlook that would allow them to get into it. Whether it's USC after this game goes and plays UCLA, had a fun little middle part of the season.
Fest.
Yeah, had a fun little middle part of the season, but now they pretty
Always
much
a tough game.
Yeah, sure, a tough game. And then you look over and Oregon, and they end the year at Washington, possibly something, but whatever. I think that Oregon will win this game. I think that they have more ways to win this game, whether it's on offense, the fact that they have an ability. And while, yes, USC has had some impressive wins, you usually see it as somebody who's in a more dire strait than they, whether it be their win in Michigan, whether it be whatever, how. And sure, USC hung around in a couple of games, but I mean, anytime that they played anybody really of note, that just is meant for the moment. That Illinois loss, I will never get that stain of the Illinois loss out of my head. For
The
USC
SC game? That was a tough loss.
That was a
stain.
they might even have.
They win that game. They're top 10 right now.
Yeah.
And they're in the playoff picture.
Yeah. So I think USC can lose this game, hold their head high, and say, next year with that #1 recruiting class, we have built a building brick here. But I have Oregon winning.
I've been saying this all year. I mean, this isn't the year SC is going to do it. It's next year. This was the year for them to get better. They were going to get better, and Lincoln and Kennedy stays with the team, or Lincoln Riley stays with the team, or
Lincoln Kennedy. That's a lineman. Nice job.
It is I'm impressed. That's a lineman.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Lincoln Riley,
I'm impressed.
He improved it this year. He had a good year. He did what he said he could do. He turned Maava around. Maava last year was trash, and this year he's a Heisman candidate. I think next year he might be the Heisman winner. Very possibly. He's just got that kind of a player.
Sure.
So I think he saved his job, and I think he may have saved this program because this program was going in all the wrong directions.
Trojans still need help on defense. I think that
defensive backs.
Yes.
And they've been very injured though.
Yeah.
To be fair.
So I think that's something that where you look at a recruiting class, like if part of that #1 recruiting class is a quarterback, you're like, well, that alone might take a year or two to mature.
Sure.
The fact that they have a returning quarterback certainly helps. I think that needing help on defense and having a #1 recruiting class, that can be almost instantly remedied with an incoming class. But specifically speaking about this game, I just feel like Oregon is on a different level. They are a college football championship contender where they are a real
juggernaut, if you will.
No, I wouldn't go juggernaut, but I would say that because they certainly have their weak points as well. But they are somebody who you could see win the championship this year, and that's not out of the question. So I would go that Oregon wins this game, knowing that full and well that they need to, and that in order to bolster their own resume.
Are you shocked if SC wins?
I'm pretty surprised. Shocked is a tad bit too far, but I would say that is fast. Like this very much feels like another one of like the Notre Dame game where it never really felt even as close as the score ended up being at 34-24 in favor of Notre Dame. I'm going to say that Oregon wins probably like 30-20.
Oh, okay.
So look, this is the University of Spoiled Children versus the Philip Knight Nike Ducks. Okay. The biggest question this week is going to be which uniform are the Ducks going to come out in? What brand? What brand new variation of their uniforms are they going to wear this weekend? Okay.
Maybe they'll have pink feathers.
Maybe they will, but honestly, at this point, I don't know.
You don't give a duck, Neil?
I don't give a duck. I do think that the point about USC being in rebuilding, they could win this game. They may shock the world like Jesse Ventura did in 1998 in the Minnesota gubernatorial election. But I think Oregon's going to win this game. I agree with you. But here's the thing. Like, we're talking about this game. Like, yeah, this is cool and all. It's fun and all that. But here's the big game. Arizona State is playing Colorado today. And I got to tell you, you can see
I'm
repping Arizona Wildcats, bear down right here. I'm doing that. But I got to tell you, I am cheering for Arizona State to absolutely wallop, to absolutely destroy, to absolutely obliterate, to castigate, to eviscerate.
Amen.
The Colorado Buffaloes, because I want to see Shedeur. Listen to me.
We all want to see Shedeur.
No, I want to see Deion Sanders fail because I am just so tired of his act.
He already has failed.
I want to see him fail more. I am not satisfied. I'm like that scene in the Star Wars movie where Qui-Gon Jinn or whatever his name is, Kylo Ren, not Qui-Gon Jinn. That was the other guy.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Kylo Ren goes, more. That's what I want to see happen to Deion Sanders as a Colorado coach.
The man has diabetes.
I'm a horrible person.
The man has diabetes.
I think he doesn't have a foot anymore, man.
Well, you know what? That's not my problem. The problem is he keeps. Well, listen. I guess for me, it's like. Whatever. I'm cheering for Arizona State today.
We have to be nice to amputees, is what I just heard.
Forks up.
I think punching him in the stomach and saying "get up," is not necessarily the best way of going.
Chief Scholes on the text line says, "I am now. I cannot root for the Mammoth. It's eerily similar to how Minnesota lost to North Stars to Dallas, and I hate Dallas. Yeah. I get that. And just for you, so if you are an Avs fan, obviously the Avs right now are on a serious roll. I think they've won 6 or 7 in a row. They're killing it right now, leading the league with scoring and everything else. Let me see. Yeah, they've won 7 in a row. They have a plus 31 goal differential. I mean, they are absolutely killing it. We'll talk more hockey in the next couple of weeks, but good for you, man. I like. We're going to talk
hockey. Yeah, exactly. The parallel between the Coyotes leaving Phoenix and the North Stars leaving Minnesota were very similar in that it was bad ownership.
Yeah.
Norm Green, bad ownership. That's why
Sold the team. Sold
Oh, that had nothing. That was just poor. I mean, nobody in the Valley here wanted to work with whatever the owner of the Coyotes used to be, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was devastating to the state of Minnesota when the North Stars left.
That was a huge loss.
And it was just as exciting when they came back. I think I've told the story on the air before, but I haven't been a huge NHL. My first NHL game I ever attended in person was in a luxury box because I'm extra like that. No, my company had a box, but it was the first NHL game I ever attended in person was the very first game of the Minnesota Wild playing the Dallas Stars in Minnesota.
Nice.
That was playoff atmosphere. It was unbelievable how they just hyped it up the whole game. They had Neil Broughton come out wearing a North Stars jersey, and then he tore it off and he had a Wild jersey, and everybody went absolutely insane. There was so much defecation and urination happening. People were just losing their SHIT.
Ron Jeremy was
unbelievable.
Swinging something.
And I remember that the Wild played out of their butts that game. They beat the Stars 6-0.
Wow.
And they were giving out towels to wave at the game. I literally that night put the towel on eBay and it sold for $10.
Hey.
To some lady in some other part of the Twin Cities, man. I'll tell you, that was crazy. So yeah, I have the fondest memories of that and the Minnesota Wild and all that. But yeah, you're right. It's a very similar situation. Hopefully in a couple of years, they'll get a team back in Phoenix. I think that this market can totally support a hockey team. I'm not worried about it. We just need to get good ownership.
Chief Skull says Minnesota is the only place I know that for the high school hockey tournament, people brought TVs to work.
Oh, absolutely. That sells out within minutes.
Yep.
Every year. In fact, I was watching, Chief Skull, I was watching the Minnesota State High School Football the 6A championship last night because you can get the Channel 45 app on Roku. So I was watching it with my wife. It was Edina playing Moorhead for the state title. And it was funny, even during that game, I think the star running back for Edina also plays goalie for Edina. So they showed clips of the high school hockey tournament during the football game.
That's fun.
It's just, it's pervasive. You're absolutely right.
Bitter Dolphin fans on the text line says the green North Star jerseys are a classic look. They are. Those are some really nice jerseys.
Absolutely.
I love those. I think we used to wear those, Griff. Didn't you wear one, Rich? I thought you had one. Maybe you didn't. But
Ralph, what do you think? How are I have to confess, I'm kind of a NHL free agent. I'm looking for a team to support. I thought I was going to settle on the Canadiens, but I guess I'm not too. I was thinking about settling on the LA Kings. How are the Kings doing this year?
Kings are doing good this year. They're actually not bad. I mean, they've had a decent start to the season. There's a lot of talent there. I like the Kings. I think the Kings are definitely a playoff team, and they definitely could make noise in the playoffs. You know how hockey is. Hockey, you have to go on a roll during the playoff time. That's how when you get a hot goalie and go on a roll.
Oh, you mean just like in baseball?
Yeah. Well, kind of like what the Blue Jays did. They tried to be a hockey team, but they lost in the end. But same thing. So yeah, I love the Kings. I'm a huge Kings fan.
Just catching strays for no reason.
Chief Skull says, "Nice, go Hastings Raiders."
Hastings Raiders. Yes, I know about the Hastings Raiders.
So we'll definitely talk more hockey as we get into the next few months. I'm a big hockey guy.
We'll puck around and
I played forever. I love hockey. Let's talk a real quick basketball. I know we were talking about this the other night, and you were talking about all the injuries that are happening in the NBA.
Yeah, right now it seems that there just seems to be another rash of injuries, and it's amongst the top 3 most pressing issues that the NBA faces. And it's so funny that this is one of the biggest issues that the NBA faces, and yet what do they actually attempt to fix? The All-Star game. Like nobody cares. Like it's such a straw man that it's like, if that is your biggest, if that was truly your biggest problem, that'd be so fine. Like,
so can we just say real quick? So Wembanyama is out.
Wembanyama's
2 to 3 weeks. Anthony Davis, left calf strain. He's out.
He's been out. Yes.
Sabonis for the Kings, partial meniscus tear. He's out.
LeBron James only just recently came back.
Morant, Jim Morant, whatever his name. Ja. He's got a great one, right calf strain. He's out. Christian Braun for the Nuggets. He's out. All these leg injuries, all these lower body injuries.
And I think the biggest reason why you're seeing these things, like it used to. Here's the lower body injuries.
All these Ron Jeremy issues gone. The shorts are just too small.
You're half the man you used to be. No, Wembanyama specifically, I think that he's going to be the person, the front man on this. Is that you see a calf strain, and it says 2 to 4 weeks. I think it might be even like 4 to 6 weeks. I think it might be a little longer.
For Wembanyama?
For Wembanyama, specifically because he does, at this point now already, even 2-3 years into the league, he has an injury history, first of all. But second of all, and I think possibly more importantly, the fact that he has this calf strain, we've seen that what that leads to. That leads to ACL
What does
tears.
that lead to?
That leads to ACL tears.
Does that lead to gambling issues?
No, I don't. I dare say not.
Does it lead to no, never mind. I won't even dive.
Anyways, Wembanyama, we see that the calf strains around the league, that's what usually is a precursor to an ACL strain, because you don't like Wembanyama?
I don't like him.
Yeah, well, you don't like anything international.
Have you watched him at all?
He's a nationalist, a misogynist,
Oh, here we go.
a racist, and a homophobe.
But have you watched him
He's
at all?
got all of it.
You know what it is? He's French, and I'm not a big French guy.
I know. That's why.
I don't like him. He's got this whole attitude about him. It's like, dude, it's not a skill set to be 8 feet tall and put on and slam dunk a ball.
Do you know that he bends down on his knees and he comes up to the full height of no. He's like resting on his knees.
How do you know that? What video did you see that on?
He's the games. He's resting on his knees and he's on the full height of Draymond Green. Like, he makes Draymond Green, a future
like
Hall
a
of
kid.
Famer, look like a toddler trying to guard him. It's insane. But no,
I'm
Wembanyama,
not a fan.
the fact that you see it, I think that they're going to be incredibly cautious. And it's fascinating. Like, I can see where the rules. It's going to be interesting to see if Wembanyama plays just under the threshold of games to qualify for Defensive Player of the Year. Because you've seen in all of his games, he
Defensive Player of the Year.
he affects shots that he's not even.
Well, sure, him just standing there affects shot. It's
Of
not
course.
it's not a skill to
It's
be
a
that
defensive
tall.
aura. It is for him.
Come on.
He has the skill, the grace, and the
That's
athleticism.
like the kid from Florida. That's what 20 feet tall. He just stands
20
there.
feet.
He defects shot.
That could
He's
be like
7'9" or something like that. The kid in college.
It's ridiculous.
I thought you were talking about the kid who came out and was like with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he's like 500 pounds.
No, the kid in
no.
college.
No,
what? What are you talking
He's
about?
talking about the football player. I'm talking about the basketball
yes,
player
yes,
of Florida.
Yes. So, anyways,
I don't know. That's not skill to me.
Well, it is skill when specifically Wembanyama. Like, you look at Anthony Davis, right? Like, part of what made him such a, like, he's not anywhere. Well, I mean, he is close, but he's close to the size of Wembanyama. And what makes him such an asset, usually when he plays, is that he grew up as a point guard. So he has point guard skills.
Wembanyama?
No. Anthony Davis.
Oh.
Wembanyama has worked on his.
Well, he can hit his three. Wembanyama can hit threes all day long.
Yeah, Wembanyama, you don't want him taking nearly the amount of volume of threes that he did early in his career.
But he hits them.
But he hits them. He has the ability to hit them. And whenever the ball leaves his hand on a 3-pointer, that arc is like at is almost 11 feet tall. Like, you simply cannot defend his shot if he gets it off. It is insane.
No, I agree with you.
That is where physical skills.
He creates a problem because of his size. But the one thing that I saw, like, I watched when he played against the Lakers, and what the Lakers did is they went at him real hard and got him in foul trouble and took him out of the game.
Yes.
And that's how you beat him. You just go right at him.
And he's still young, man. I mean, like, we've seen this with Kobe Bryant, even. Like, you've seen this with a bunch of where their game evolves. Where at first it's the freakish athletic ability that allows you to be in the league in the first place. Then you become more refined and more skilled as your athleticism dwindles, and you hopefully have a opportunity, a window to match the skill with athleticism. And then eventually you just become that rough and rugged. Like, look at Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter. Like, they lasted a lot longer in the league than their athleticism would have provided, simply because they were able to evolve their game. Wembanyama's game will evolve eventually. One hopes that it comes sooner rather than later, because these injuries are keeping him off the court. But eventually, the moment will meet his athleticism, and we'll see just all of it come together.
Chief Skull likes Webby. He plays hard for a toothpick. And by the way, Neil, he said Anaheim and Boston are doing good also, if you want to look at those teams.
I do.
So, and you were trying to make a point about the lower end injuries in basketball, but I mean, we kind of got off.
I mean, it's fine. It's and also Chris Paul's retiring. I don't know why that's news. Like, it's
he should have retired 2 years ago.
I mean, if we're all being honest, yeah.
Giggity.
But it's another case where it's nostalgia meets the moment. And he's with the Clippers again. Congratulations, Chris Paul. You're going to go lose over with the Clippers now.
All right, everybody. That's hour one down. Hang out for hour number 2. We'll get into the NFL and some other things. The Weekend Warriors.
Hey, Ralph, got another solar question for you.
Okay, but did you check out the Harmon Solar Podcast first?
The what?
The Harmon Solar Podcast. We put new episodes up twice a month that teach you all the things you ever wanted to learn about solar. We discuss things like how solar works, the roofing, sales process, demand management, everything solar.
Show like this needs some real smart thinkers, huh?
Well, yeah.
So you got some really great guests then, huh?
Almost every show.
Is it on Spotify?
Yep.
iTunes?
Yep. Just search it everywhere. It's the Harmon Solar Podcast. Go check it out at harmonsolar.com.
After you cook, are you staring at a pan full of grease? Pan dust turns hot, messy grease into dry, scoopable crumbs in seconds. Sprinkle, stir, let it set, wipe it out, done. Fewer towels, cleaner counters, and yes, happy drains. Want to see it work? Open YouTube and search Pan Dust Absorbs Grease, or go straight to our channel at Pan Dust Absorbs Grease. Watch a quick demo, hit subscribe, and share it with your bacon-obsessed friends. It works on cast iron, non-stick, baking sheets, even grill pans. It's plant-based, no harsh smell, and cleanup is weirdly satisfying. Make cleanup the easiest part of cooking. Pan Dust absorbs grease.
Game day, date night, or a midweek bite, make the Spot Neighborhood Grill your go-to. Sizzling burgers, crispy wings, street-style tacos, fresh salads, and shareables that disappear fast. Add an ice-cold draft or a classic cocktail, and you've got your new neighborhood favorite. Wall-to-wall TVs so you won't miss a play, a patio made for Arizona evenings, and that friendly local vibe you love. Find us at 2 Valley locations, Scottsdale at 18,251 North Pima Road, and Glendale on 5350 West Bell Road. Dine in, grab takeout, or order ahead. Find us at thespotgrill.com for the menu, hours, directions, and daily specials. Again, that's thespotgrill.com. The Spot Neighborhood Grill. Great food, great people.
Turn your backyard into the best seat in the house with Curbalite, the app-controlled landscape curb that wraps your trees in color. Pick any hue, run preset scenes, even schedule your lights right from your phone. And on party night, make the lights dance to the music. Choose the traditional round tree ring or the contemporary square. Both install in minutes and link together for bigger, brighter displays. Connect up to 12 sets to frame your whole space. Built for real weather, Curbalite is tested in extreme heat and cold, so your glow goes year-round. Level up your nights, game day, holidays, or just because. Get Curbalite now at Curbalite.com. That's Curbalite.com.
The Weekend Warriors, taking sports talk radio to a new dimension. Listen to Ralph, Neil, Phil, and guests break down the news.
Isn't that what everybody wants?
The games.
If you like the NFL, this is your shot.
The matchups.
This will be the last year I think we'll ever see one 3,000 strikeout player, much less two facing each other.
The Weekend Warriors.
We are known to chant as well.
You're listening to the Weekend Warrior Show. It's time for hour number 2.
It's the Weekend
Warriors.
Warriors coming to play.
Yeah, here we go.
All right, everybody. It's a little bit after 11 a.m. here on this great Saturday morning. I'm Ralph Romano, alongside my partners in crime. We've got the legend Neil Lynch, the legendary Philip Amorine, and this is the Weekend Warriors.
Do you have any intros for us? Any grand entrances you want to do before I talk about the text line?
I don't know if we have any time for it, but no, I think we can get to the text line.
Perfect. Well, anyway, all right. So let's do this. So we want you to interact with the show. We love our fans who interact, and we want you to be a part of it. So you have 2 ways to do that. The first one is you can comment on our live social media streams. That's X, that's YouTube, and that's the Book of Faces. Or you can hit us up on our specialized Weekend Warriors text line. We cut a deal with AT&T. We went to Bell Laboratories and we got them to do a special text line just for the Weekend Warriors. That number, in case you can't read on the screen if you're not watching the stream, is 866-412-6366.
One more time.
Send
us a text.
Yeah, what'd you say?
Here's what I said. I said 866-412-6366. Hit us up on the text and ask us which country Ralph is going to start an international incident with next. First, we had Canada.
I'd like to stay with Canada.
Now we've got France.
I'd like to stay with
Looking
Canada.
at you, Bangkok.
That's right.
You Bangkok.
That's actually
That's where Ron Jeremy lives.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that would be a city in Thailand. But anyway, whatever. If you would like to, please make a suggestion on which country Ralph should start an international incident with next.
I would be more than happy to start one. Okay, so for you, Neil,
For me.
Bitter Dolphin fans on the text line says, yes, Neil, go to the Habs. They're going to be a force in the
Habs.
next few years.
But are they the have-nots?
That's right. You're a darn Montreal fan, aren't you? That was the one thing I really didn't like about
Yeah,
you.
well, and I think I said this in the show before, is that the company I work at, my actual full-time
Toronto,
job,
isn't it?
no, they're based in Montreal.
Oh, it's Montreal.
They're literally in the Windsor station, which is right next door to Bell Center. So, yeah.
So you're going to be a Habs fan?
I'm thinking I might. I don't know. The Kings or the Habs are probably the two I'm going to pick. But it's funny because they have a street. Like, they're literally on Montreal Canadiens Avenue and Stanley Way is the intersection.
I would have to shower after walking on that street. Okay. And then
cleanest street he's
Chief
ever
Skull
been.
says, if the Gophers lose to Northwestern, time to fire PJ Fleck and burn his oars.
PJ Fleck, you mean row the boat, man? Yeah, I agree with you. I think that PJ Fleck, who was that coach? It was before. Okay, you might know this, Chief Skull. It was before Jerry Kill, but there was a coach who was like, he was a used car salesman. He was like great at recruiting, great at hype, but then when it came to actually performing, now PJ Fleck has lasted longer than that guy did. But yeah, I think that to a certain degree, you have to wonder if the whole act is getting old. Honestly, I don't know.
What a
but
great last name, Kill.
Well,
Jerry Kill.
Chief Skull says, Ralph will piss off Vietnam because of pho. I don't.
A foe.
Pho.
PHO.
It's pho. It's pronounced pho, you Philistine.
Pho. Now I'm a Philistine, so now we're talking biblical. Let's keep going.
And just like Tua after his game of last week, when he went to the press conference post his week 11 game.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the games of last week.
That was just too perfect.
I know, of course.
Wow.
It was almost like I intended it to be. So Tua Tagovailoa didn't throw an interception, didn't throw a touchdown either. In their win overtime in Madrid, we always send our finest to Spain, don't we? In these international games, we always just send our greatest and finest games possible.
We want Europe to hate us. It's like Ralph Romano designed. He picked the games. He's
What's
like
the game of the week that
hey.
we?
So this is Ralph. Ralph is sitting with the NFL, going, "Hey,
What's the game of the?
Which two opponents would tick off Europe the most and make them want to hate us? Oh, I know these two teams." And that's what
more
happened.
like what game does nobody want to watch nationally?
That's easy.
Yeah.
Let's send them over to now. Where do they play? Berlin.
This one they
This was
played
in Madrid.
Oh, this was in Madrid. Oh yeah. Oh, so
España.
now the Spanish hate us. That's perfect.
Tracy Clays was the Gophers coach, according to Chief Skull.
Tracy,
Yeah.
That's not who I was thinking of. I got to look it up. I'll get
I
the
didn't mean
name
to
at
change
some
your
point.
topic.
No, you're
Whatever.
fine. Dolphins win in an ugly game that really doesn't even deserve to be
That
talked
was
about.
ugly.
Tua Tagovailoa has
Ugly.
macaroni
What's
for
his,
brains.
what's his name?
Are you
Tua
bitter
Tagovailoa.
Dolphin fan?
Tua Tagovailoa.
Did it make you more bitter Dolphin fan, even though you won?
Wow.
Honestly,
That's-
you know,
ouch.
if I can be honest with you, if I was a Dolphins fan, I would be so frustrated by this like rash of wins that they've acquired, because now you know what they have done to themselves. They are now the last team in the graphic of in the hunt. That is so frustrating if you're a
Right.
Dolphins fan, because it's so insulting, because you're like, we don't deserve to be here. Like, this is not even like the Bears, right? The Bears are 7-3, and everybody's like, we all know that you're not a real 7-3 team, but we'll enjoy the moment for you. The Dolphins, they are not a real 4-7 team. They are a dumpster fire. They just happen to find like teams that are just more dysfunctional than them for like the past 2 weeks. It's insane.
Hey, pause real fast.
Yes.
Chief Skull. It was Tim Brewster. That was the coach who was kind of the hype guy. He came after Glenn Mason. So yeah. Anyway, I thought I want to throw that out there because he interacted. So I did. I apologize. Please continue.
Yeah,
sir.
Dolphins are just an absurd 4-7 team that are now like have found themselves in a way to actually make themselves for playoff contention. But no more talking about them because it doesn't deserve to be. Surprising outcome: Bills beat the Buccaneers. I thought that's interesting that the Buccaneers now are on a 3-game losing skid.
That is surprising.
After especially after a bye. It actually encompasses during a bye.
Their defense is questionable, though.
Their entire team is questionable because it's half their team. Like half their team is out due to injury. Bucky Irving is out due to
Still
injury / some off the field stuff, depending on who you go and listen to.
Yeah.
I don't want to necessarily comment on
Herder,
that.
herder, herder, herder,
Yeah,
herder,
absolutely.
herder, herder, herder.
Bears again, we just talked about it.
Bears.
Pick up
The
a
Bears.
a necessary win.
Are
Are
they
they,
seven
are they
and
first
th-
place?
Are they 7-3
Yeah.
now? They're first place in the
First
NFC
place
Central or the
Bears.
NFC North.
That
I
is
still
such
call
a
them the Central.
fraudulent first place, but it is.
What do you mean
Why
fraudulent
is it
first
fraudulent?
place?
Because you know that
The
they're not
numbers
ending
are
up
the
first.
numbers, man.
The
You don't get to
numbers are
pick
the
and
numbers.
choose.
They also they were on the verge of being swept by
They're the
Vikings.
worst 7-3 team
Yes.
in the league.
And you know what? None of that is said with animosity. I'm so happy for the Bears.
I am too.
I feel like they found the coach. They have their quarterback. They are in a good place. Even if they miss the playoffs, which is still on the table, they could very well still miss the
It's
playoffs.
going to be tough to miss them, though.
Not
How are they
as
going to miss
tough as
the
you think.
playoffs?
No, I mean if they were to lose out, first of all,
Well,
but
okay,
if-
well,
they have to, but if
obviously,
you
if-
think about it, the East is pretty bad. You're going to have one
let's take a
rep.
look.
If
The
ifs
South
and
is
buts
pretty
were
bad.
candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry
All right,
Christmas.
here's their upcoming schedule. Steelers.
Tough game.
Tough game. Eagles. Tough
It's in
game.
Chicago at least.
They've got 2 games coming up against the Packers, home and
Yeah,
away.
those are going to be a split.
Browns, Shador Sanders starting, tough game to
Oh,
win.
Oh, they're going to
Okay,
destroy
so there's the
Browns.
gimme. Okay, fine.
Absolutely
That one.
Because Dylan
destroy
Gabriel's probably going to
them.
come back. 49ers near the end of the season when they might
49ers
be
be
jockeying.
better.
That's going to be
Yeah, they're
going
gonna
to
win.
pseudo
With
playoff
Purdy,
game
they're
for
gonna
both
get
teams
better.
probably.
So let's see. So we've got
And then to end the season, they got Lions. Lions who are on the outside looking
They're
in
kind
right
of
now.
not as
They
Lost.
kind of are.
so Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears. He's the Bears
Is he even
daddy. So
playing?
that's a loss. I don't know, maybe
Yeah,
not.
I believe so. Yes.
So that's a loss. Eagles is a loss. Packers, that one's going to be a win. Bears is a loss.
So there
Packers
is a
will be a
path
loss.
where they don't make
Bears
it.
loss. They're going to win 2 games the rest of the season.
That's what I'm saying. Is that they
no,
very well
more than that.
They're going
I
to win 2 games.
10 games this season in the NFC specifically
Don't make me
does not
plant my flag.
guarantee you a playoff spot, boys. All right. So there's
true.
the Bears.
Boys.
JJ McCarthy somehow playing with like a broken wrist in his hand on his throwing
What?
hand. Yeah, he had a hand injury. I don't know if it's a wrist or a hand.
Is
But
that why he
JJ
looks
McCarthy's
terrible?
playing
Yeah,
with an
that's what he's gonna
injured
say.
psyche at this point.
Packers just have a ho hum win. Josh Jacobs going out actually really hurts that team.
They don't look good.
Yeah, they don't.
just
They
don't.
have
They
no
don't.
identity. We're going to go over this each and every week. They have no identity. So whenever they win,
Since
it's
they
just
lost
on
Kraft.
accumulation of talent that they've acquired where they have no weak spots, but they don't have any spectacular to their game.
I'm surprised. I thought they'd be better.
I think it's a referendum on the entire NFL this season to where there's about 10 teams, legitimately 10 teams that you could see hosting the Super Bowl
Yeah.
trophy.
I
And
agree.
I think
Yeah.
that you can make a case for it that they've had high highs and low lows. I mean, the problem being that the Packers have some of the worst losses of the season.
Yes,
That-
they do.
that-
Agreed,
that is
100%.
part of the problem of the Packers, if you want to believe in them. Steelers demolished the Bengals, so be it. The Jaguars destroying the Chargers was not on my bingo card of last
Yeah, that
week.
was crazy.
That is, let me tell you, especially as a fantasy player and having a negative stack against the chart for the Chargers defense was not on my. And then, how do
Go
we?
ahead, say it. I'm not upset about it.
Say it.
Oh, Neil,
I picked the Rams.
We've reached it yet again. This is a loss that he wanted. Ralph,
No, I
wanted
didn't want a
the
loss.
Seahawks because he
But
wants
what did I
that
say?
loss.
What did I
He
say last
wanted the
week?
Seahawks to win, but he bet.
Yeah. What
he
did I
picked
say
with
last
his head
week? What did I
that
say?
the Rams
Yeah,
will
you
win.
said that
I
you can
said
win
the
either way.
reason that they will lose will be turnovers.
And sure enough, that's
And
what
that's
Sam
happened.
Darnold
exactly what
himself
happened.
said,
Yeah.
let me hold my beer.
But yet, with 4 turnovers, they were there ready to win the game.
It was close. It was still a close
That's
game.
the impressive part. That's what I mean by that defense is so good. They shut the Rams down for that whole game. I mean, think about it. How did the Rams get into scoring position? Because of turnovers. They were given the ball on the 20 or on the 10.
The
Seattle made them work for everything.
The only way I give
Completely.
Ralph grief is if the Rams blew him out. But
And they didn't.
So
Seattle shut the Rams offense down. They shut Matthew Stafford down completely.
Well, not completely.
Completely.
And
Not
Look at their
completely.
worst game of the year for that offense.
sure,
Because
but they
Seattle
still won.
shut
though.
them down. They were put in bad positions multiple times. That's the only reason
Yes.
they scored. I'm just saying. I'm not upset with that. Did Sam Darnold look bad? Of course he did. But at least what I liked about what he did is he got them in a position to try to win the game at the end, even though he had thrown 4 picks. And if they could have just gotten another couple yards, I think they win that game. But it is what it is. They lost. We move on.
And also, it's one of those things where it is both a meaningful game yet means nothing at all, simply because both of these teams will face each other yet again.
I
and
think 2 more times.
well, possibly,
I think.
but we're guaranteed at least one more time.
Well, they're gonna at
And-
least one more time.
and
in the
also,
playoffs,
both of
right.
these teams seemingly play better on the road. Like both of these teams,
Yeah.
the Seattle Seahawks are a tenacious opponent.
Tenacious D?
to invite into the home stadium.
I mean, you know,
And then the Rams, as long as they're in a dome on the road, they are just unbeatable. They are 4-1 as well. So it is a game that I found myself walking away from impressed by the overall team of the Seattle Seahawks. But you've seen their Achilles heel now, Ralph. I don't know how you can defend Sam Darnold. He would be very concerning.
I'm going to still defend him.
He's had 8 turnovers in the
Ralph
past
has
2
no
games.
choice.
He has one kryptonite. It's the LA Rams.
Ralph has no choice to defend him.
I'm going to see what happens the rest of the year. I like Sam Darnold a lot.
He's elite. Remember,
he's elite. I still think
he's elite.
He's one of the top quarterbacks in the league this year, even after last week.
He's elite.
The best thing you can say about Sam Darnold is you hope that he
I
is
don't
a good.
say that. Ralph says that. I don't
he is a good
think he's
teacher
elite,
and
but-
teaches Jalen Milrow.
No,
who's
no,
there to be your quarterback.
This
and
is
to take
Sam
the job.
Darnold's team. Dude, the way they rallied around him after that game was so impressive. I don't know if you saw
What did they do around him?
Did you see Ernest Jones's
I did.
press conference
I
after
did.
that, where he
They
basically
waved-
told the guy "F you"? Because we back our guy. It's not his fault. We're with him. We're a team. They love Sam Darnold in that team. They respect him on that team, and he'll be fine. I'm telling you right now. We'll see what happens when we get to the playoffs.
Give him about 2 more of those.
The
and
Rams
see how much they're still
Seattle,
rallying.
when Seattle plays the Rams again, there's a real good chance they're going to be sitting at about 11-3 when they play.
Oh, it's
them
possible.
Again.
I don't
And
disagree
we'll
with that.
see.
Yeah, I think
We'll
so. I
see
mean,
what happens
it's
next time.
I don't dislike the Seahawks, so it's hard for me to get all up in arms
For
about
whatever
it.
reason, Sam Darnold specifically has a weak spot for the Rams.
I dislike.
He does.
You look at his
Yeah.
you look
he
at his
does.
record across the teams that he's faced or that he's been on against the Rams. For some reason, like they specifically, maybe it's Sean McVay specific. I don't know what it is, but it's
I just dislike Ralph being happy.
The Rams
That's
are
what
a great
it comes
team.
down to.
Rams are a great team.
Seattle's a great team. Those are two great. Those are to my opinion, those are the 2 best teams in the NFC right now.
Yeah, which is
Tell
funny
me who's
because
better than
as
those
of
Somebody
today,
would
well,
say
the Eagles.
I wouldn't.
No.
I mean, I don't buy
The
into their
Eagles
coaching
are
staff.
so like if you look at the playoffs right now, obviously it's the whole if the playoffs started today nonsense, but it kind of says something. The Eagles are number 1, Rams are number 2, and it's not by much. Like all of these are like a loss from each other, so it's a very tight race. The
True.
Bears are 3rd seed, the Bucks are 4th. By the way, the Eagles are the only NFC East representative in the playoffs. It's everybody else.
Cowboys are going to try their darndest to.
Seahawks are 5th, right? Packers are 6th. Somehow they're. I mean, that's that damn tie that gets them in there. The Niners are 7th. The Lions are on the bubble, and you know who's surprising to me? You mentioned the Cowboys. You know who's surprising to me? And honestly, if you're a fan of Philip Amorine, you should not be surprised because he called it at the very beginning of the season. The Carolina Panthers.
I made 2 bold predictions. One of them did not work, and one of them is
One of them was
absolutely
horrendous.
One of the Tennessee Titans. How dare I
Well,
ever looking at you next year? I will
Listen,
I will excuse myself.
you
for
make
predicting you specifically.
You make 100% of the shots you don't take.
But
So,
the Carolina Panthers
I
were the
respect
other
that.
team that I said you look at them, and until the end of the season, especially the fact that they play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers twice in the last waning weeks of the season, they will be in position to win that division all its own. I think that they are an impressive team that just is young and will find their way as the season goes along. Dave Canales is he has
He's
some
doing a good
funky game management during the game, but overall he is doing a great job. Bryce Young has looked impressive in these past couple games. That Atlanta Falcons team, their defense is not what's injured. It's mostly on their offensive side of their ball, and they've got an injured Penix.
Penix is out.
Yeah.
When you hurt your Penix,
Yeah, it's
just
gone.
ask
Yeah.
Ron Jeremy. You
Ron
can't-
Jeremy
you
and his
can't do
Penix,
without your
yeah.
Yeah, and then you got to go to your Cousins, and then it's a
It's
weird
going to
thing.
be Cousins is playing for next season.
Cousins is playing for retirement.
No, he doesn't want to
Cash,
retire.
baby.
Though. He's playing for next season.
Kirk O'Chains. That's
Nobody's
my
going,
boy right there.
Nobody's going to take Kirk
Nobody.
Cousins.
The Cardinals would in a second.
No, not even them.
You would rather have Brissett.
They would much rather.
Oh,
have
come on.
He set records this past week.
Yeah,
So,
he
let's-
threw
let's
a
get to
million
that.
passes and
Jacoby
completed
Brissett.
47 of
So
them.
Cardinals had a historic game last week in a multitude of ways.
They did.
Well, number one, I think Jacoby Brissett legitimately set a record that will not be broken. 47 completions.
Because how many passes did he throw?
I'm not saying it's a good one. I'm
It's
saying
a bad record.
but I'm saying it will never be broken.
I set
probably
records
won't,
all
but
the
it's a-
time
it's a
that don't
record you
mean
don't
anything.
want.
First of all, and then second of all, the penalties.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was outrageous. And to make this worse, I have no idea how Jonathan Gannon has kept his job.
I have no idea.
Back-to-back divisional losses to opponents while letting them score 40 points on you, and you're a defensive-minded head coach.
He needs to go.
He needs to
He's
get
gone.
out of here.
Gannon.
If he's
Gone.
not gone, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
a terrible
if it's
head
gone,
coach.
it's because
Kyler-
of poor management, poor
Kyler,
ownership. That's why.
You know why you are set in Arizona? Because like a phoenix from the ashes, you need to burn everything down to the ground and then be reborn. Because that is outrageous that
Be
he still has
Beaverborn?
be
What's a
reborn.
Beaverborn?
Oh, I thought you said Beaverborn.
I thought Beaverborn.
Well-
Is that some kind of Ron Jeremy reference
Yeah,
again?
again, yes, I know. Here we go. We're gonna set the
Nice
over-under on
beaver.
Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
stuffed
if
it
you listen to-
myself.
If you listen to his press conferences, I mean, they're
What
they're
does the
so
man
bad.
provide you like
Nothing.
You look at
Nothing
Mike-
at all.
We talked about it.
I think I might do a Jonathan Gannon press
Let's hear
conference
it. Let's hear it.
next week. I
Oh,
can't
okay.
do it now. I don't
wanna
know it
hear
that
one.
well.
It'd
I
be
want to
fun.
watch it. I'll do
Are
it.
you gonna
We'll
shave
do-
your head just like where the hat goes?
Oh, I should. No, I'm not
I
gonna.
don't-
I'm not gonna sell out like Sora did for the bit.
I don't mind taking low blows for a guy who just has nothing but blows for his players.
You know what really frustrates me, and I'm not a Cardinal fan, but it's the fact that the Cardinals don't change anything up, not only week to week,
God, you're so right.
but they don't change it up in game or in half. It makes no sense.
That-
They do nothing different. They keep doing the same stuff that doesn't work.
That game was over by halftime, and then
Yeah.
it was just even worse off.
Terrible coach.
Yeah, terrible coach. I don't understand how the fan base can support a team and continue going to these games. Like these should be away team stadiums because I don't know what you're cheering for.
Well, they
You're-
basically are.
Remember, they started out 2-0 to start the season. Do you remember how much hope was in the Arizona Cardinals fan base
I
to
do.
start out the season? And they were like,
But that's every year, though.
We got New Orleans Saints.
true.
Do you see what we did to the
Every
Saints? Ooh,
year.
Yeah, when I remember that Saint game, I was like, you played a bad team and barely beat them.
we destroyed the Panthers. Ooh, just get out of here.
Was it Chief Skull says Gannon won't go because they're paying Cliff until 2027. He doesn't want more dead coach money on the books.
No way. Are they still paying?
Yeah,
Cliff
they
till
are.
27?
Well, that
But
was
I
their
don't-
own stupid
I don't
choice.
think they have a choice, Chief Skull. I mean, you can't keep this guy.
You're
He's
not-
He
you're
hasn't
not
changed your
capped.
culture. He's made you worse, which is unbelievable to think that he made that team worse. He has.
You're not capped on salary cap or anything for the coaches. That's where change needs to happen. That's where you are able to instantly. I mean, look, you see Mike Vrabel. Do we remember where the Patriots were prior to Mike Vrabel? That was a bad organization. That was a bad team. We do see
Yes.
how a lot of the contenders in the for the Super Bowl, if they are questionable, it is because either the coach or quarterback is not set in
Yeah.
stone. But if you have both, you are instantly a Super Bowl contender. And Mike Vrabel has shown that alongside MVP level play with Drake May and a head coach who is worth his salt, who the players love, who has set a culture, has set a standard, you can see the success that is that goes along with that.
Chief Skull says, spot on, Ralph. Cardinals don't ever adjust. And he also said, JJ didn't break a wrist. He just threw like it was last. He just threw like it was
Yeah,
last
he
game.
came into the game with an injury designation on his hand. I don't remember if it was a wrist or not, but
He
it was
did
on his
mention-
throwing
He
hand.
did mention Rodgers does have a broken wrist in his non-throwing hand, which
Can
we knew that.
Can we talk about probably the most pivotal win of last week? I know we haven't even gotten to the games. There were a lot of important games there. The Broncos.
Oh, geez. They squeaked it out.
They squeaked just like a fart in the night. They squeaked it out, and we will tell you all about it. It's that odor is going to just.
Oh, my goodness.
God, we all but eliminated the Chiefs. We put them in a playoff contention game
They're in
against Danny
trouble.
Dimes.
Okay, you know
They're in
what?
trouble.
You're right. I will give you props for that. Knocking the Chiefs out, that was fantastic.
Every team wants to be that this season for the rest of the game because the Chiefs need to win out in order to guarantee a playoff
And
spot.
they're not going
And
to.
they probably only have one loss available to them to more than likely make the playoffs,
Which could be this week.
which could be this week alone. So the fact that we gave them the near death blow,
Yeah.
we didn't give them the death blow. We gave
So-
them the near death blow.
So let's real quick talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Let's.
Who's the number one seed?
The Denver Broncos?
The Denver Broncos. Who's number two? Patriots are second. Colts. The Indianapolis Colts.
A lot of horses at the
Yeah,
top.
but they're starting to.
Our third seed. Steelers are fourth. Chargers are fifth. The Bills somehow are managing to stay in the playoff hunt at sixth.
Not for long.
And you know who's seventh? Duval.
Another team I bought.
Now
in.
you know who's on the bubble 8, 9, and 10? The Texans, the Chiefs, and the Ravens. Which that just seems weird to me.
Well,
The
but
Chiefs and the Ravens.
the Ravens, it's mostly because of their
Oh
division.
no, I understand that. Like I'm not questioning it, but it's just amazing. Like especially from last year, how the tables have turned.
Oh yeah,
for
top
these
four seeds in the
teams.
AFC last season are now all looking.
And now
to
they're
be on
all-
the road this season,
But
if
you,
at all.
you don't think the Broncos are the best team in the AFC right now, do you? Because I'll tell you who's better. I think the Patriots are playing better ball than the Broncos are. Overall, as a team, they're playing better football.
Let's start a fight.
I like the Broncos. I've picked them to win that division, but I think right now the Patriots are playing better than anyone in the AFC right now.
My problem with this is that
Drake May, dude.
I have been converted by the, and maybe it's just a prisoner of the moment. that defense for the Denver Broncos
That's awesome.
is like historically good, man.
Oh yeah, I agree.
They're getting a pressure rate on the quarterback at 11%
I
for
know.
the season.
But
For the
when you look
season.
at the Patriots as a team and how they're playing and how Drake May is playing, he's outperforming Bo Nix by far. It's not even close.
Not even close. Not even
right.
close.
I mean, he's actually in the MVP
Yeah,
conversation
yes,
right now.
Yes.
I mean, that team is firing on all. Now, can they do that through the playoffs? We'll see. But right today, this moment, they're firing on all cylinders.
Are you openly mocking Ralph right now while the
I am
segment's going?
actually.
Yeah.
You
No
missed
one-
it.
no one looks at
I
him.
did it earlier. No one cares.
Denver Broncos
No one
are
cares if I
right
mock
now
Ralph.
just their ceiling is so high if their defense. I mean,
Their
they're
ceiling is high.
even playing this level without their reigning defensive player of the year, Patrick Surtain.
I know.
It's confounding me, to be completely honest, because the fact that their head coach is an offensive wonderkin, the fact that they have the ability, like Bo Nix does have good play available to him. I don't know if he's able to access it. And that last game was actually a really good showing of Bo Nix. Like prior to that, like he had depressed numbers and everything was certainly not up to snuff. But the fact that he was able to pull that out against the Chiefs and just all but demolish and snuff out the Chiefs' hopes of making the playoffs, let alone they are not winning the division now. But the fact that they are now on life support and have to go to tiebreakers to potentially make the playoffs is just astounding. I'm so glad. Either of the two other games? I mean, Eagles.
Cares.
Who cares?
Yeah,
Agreed.
I think the one thing about the Eagles though is that win was pivotal in that the fact that they lost Lane Johnson to IR, so he'll be out for a minimum of 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's
Anybody
tough.
will tell you that possibly behind the quarterback, he is the number 2 most important player on that team, let alone the line. I think is important. So the fact that they now have the tiebreakers against pretty much everybody in the NFC necessary that is in contention for the number 1 seed allows them to still muddy around and win as ugly as they are, just with broken arm, dislocated, and everything.
I don't think anyone cares about them. I don't think the Seahawks fear them. I don't think the Rams fear them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Nobody fears them. It's not like when the chefs were in town.
The way the Seahawks and the Rams are playing defense right now, they look at them and laugh. I mean,
it's so funny. The Rams lost to the Philadelphia Eagles, and yet they have every right to not be afraid of them.
Exactly.
I agree.
I know.
100%.
It is so weird. That is the one team where you can truly point to and say that winning is the best deodorant.
Well, and let's move to the Thursday game. So the Bills and Texans.
Oof.
I mean, if you watch that game,
Ugly.
that Texans defense,
yeah, they were
moly.
They were world beaters.
They've stated it on. We've had this for a while now. This has been a team that is ranked so high in defense that it would be historic if that a team with a defense this good does not at least make the postseason. And
they might make the postseason with that defense.
Yeah. I mean,
they might go on a run.
Should. It would be a first time in history.
They made Mills look like a halfway decent quarterback, and he sucks.
Well, here's the uncomfortable conversation we'll have going into it. And Neil, I think that this might be territory that you might want to either plant your flag on or be first to show up, because it's good real estate if you can get it. It's a good take. Both Joe Flacco and Davis Mills have played either on par or much better than their starting counterpart on the quarterback. Where before the starter had left and ceded their seat due to injury, you would have said it's not on them. Their offense is just inept, like whatever. Now, I have serious questions about both Joe Burrow and CJ Stroud, because their offense has looked functional without CJ Stroud back there. We've seen it, and if I'm the Texans, I'll be damned if I'm paying him a franchise quarterback.
I'm not giving him big money. No.
I'm not. I will franchise tag him twice before I do that.
I'm franchise at least one time.
So if you want to if you want to step on that narrative and shoot on that mountain.
Sorry, I'm just dropping stuff over here.
If you want to be first on the mountain there, Neil, and say that CJ Stroud is not good, I won't be able to fight you on it. But you would be the first one.
If I cared that much, I might, but I don't. So yeah, you can have that, bro. That's on you.
I don't know if I want. I don't think I want it. I don't know if I feel.
If
confident
CJ Stroud comes back and starts playing decent ball,
yeah,
you don't want to play the Texans in the playoffs.
I don't feel I don't feel like I'm ready to write him off just yet. But let's face it, man. If Trent Dilfer can win a Super Bowl ring with the Ravens and that defense, if the Texans keep playing like this,
so wait a minute.
I think you and I could be starting quarterback.
Wait a minute. You both are buying into the Texans defense, but you're over here saying, like, I don't believe in the Broncos. The Broncos have technically a better defense than the Houston Texans do.
Well, right now, Texans are number one rated defense in the
NFL.
Get out of here.
Well, they are.
It's because nobody cared about them.
You saw what they did to the Bills. I mean, they have 8-9 sacks.
Super sensitive.
Did they have any common? Did they have?
They
any
completely
common
shut down Josh Allen. I mean, they didn't give him a chance to do anything.
I need to see if they have any common opponents that can just destroy you with
Well,
facts
while you're
and
looking
logic.
at that,
Here
let me
we
ask you this
go.
question. So now, I like the Bills. I've always pulled for them every year. I really feel like their window
I think it
may be closed.
it may have closed. They're 6th right now in the playoffs.
They don't
they're,
feel
they're
good.
2 out.
You know,
Yeah,
the
I don't
common
know.
opponent that they shared that would really is that they played each other. And the Broncos won 18-15.
Oh,
Okay.
my God.
My goodness. How dare I forget that?
Yeah, exactly. How dare you?
But the window on the Bills closed.
Was
I
it
think
open?
it's. I think
Was it
it's,
ever
I-
open?
It was open a couple
is.
years
It's very
ago.
open.
They
I
never
think it's
won
almost
anything.
shut.
But
They're-
we felt they were right
It's
there.
almost shut.
Their best moment was an almost like in with what? How many seconds was it? 12 seconds left in that playoff loss to the Chiefs.
But you know how you always felt, man, the Bills could make it this year. They could get to the Super Bowl. I don't feel that this year.
I don't feel
like
that
at
either.
all, right? I don't care. Josh Allen, they don't feel like that team at all.
Well,
anymore.
okay, hold on. If there was no Thursday night game and we had yet to play the Texans Bills game,
I was already questioning it.
you were questioning it off of the Superman
I've been
performance.
questioning it off the
6
whole-
touchdowns.
off
Josh
the
Allen
whole
was
I've been
accountable for.
questioning it most of the season as well.
They just don't feel right. I know Josh Allen has great games. I love Josh Allen.
Yes,
and I get that. That's going to happen. But I just don't, as a team, they don't feel right. They don't feel good. The defense is weak. I love Cook. I love Allen. The receivers are
pieces that I
okay.
enjoy.
Shakir is nice. They could really use a better receiving core. But I just don't feel like, especially defensively, that they have that kind of team that's going to take it to the
yeah.
to the
All
Super Bowl.
to say, I'm with you. I don't believe in
Okay.
the Bills, but I didn't believe in the Bills to begin with. But I think it's fascinating that we're all off it now.
I hate to be, because I really did want to see, I feel bad for their fan base after 4 years of wanting to kill themselves, earlier.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
you know.
you're such a elite football mind.
But you know what I mean.
No, I'm talking him. I'm talking Phil.
I watched the
That's what you
Seahawks
said.
lose
Such an
one Super Bowl.
football
They want to
mind,
kill
like,
me. I can't
you know.
imagine watching 4 losses. Like a Viking fan, like a Bill fan.
Exactly.
That's hard.
Well,
But-
you know what? Honestly, I'm done talking about this week. We got some picks to do, man.
Yeah, we do.
We gotta see how awesome my picks were last week.
Yeah, you sucked.
I know I did.
So let's talk about last week. So last week, Neil was 2-4.
It was great. Fantastic week for me.
Phil was 4-2, and I was 5-1.
Ugh,
What was the one you lost?
Chiefs.
the chefs.
We all lost that. So for the season, right now in the rear, you got Neil at 34-30. He's
in the rear, baby. Woo!
I am
It's his nickname in high school.
41-23, one game behind Phil, 42-22.
We are neck and
My
neck here.
goal is to be at least 10 games back of all y'all before the end of the season.
You
That's
might
my
be there
goal.
by the end of the week, dude.
I'm
You're 8 games back right now. Just saying. All right, let me clear this out, and we can get.
You
into-
watch when I go 6-0. Y'all haters. Your haters are gonna be hating.
Well, there will be a crown ready for you. Should that happen?
Yeah. Well, I'll take that crown
Oh, good.
because listen. All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, like I never get enough, or whatever that song is.
I don't have
no
more
idea.
NFL music. Maybe I should play our Spanish music.
Ooh,
Fine, do it.
Yes,
Just
add a
not
little
too
flavor,
loud,
add a
though.
little spice to what we're doing this week. Why
Let's
don't we?
do it. Spanish music.
Absolutely.
All right. That's a little
A
bit
little
louder.
too low. Yeah.
A little louder.
Yeah,
okay, that's better.
Let's
All
enter,
right.
enter the carniceria.
So let's do this here.
Let's do this
What
week.
games we pick?
Let's start with the easy one.
All right.
Here's the easy one. We got the Seahawks at the Titans.
Can I go
Seahawks
first?
are a
You go
13-point
first.
favorite. Go ahead.
The Titans are not winning this game. What are you talking? What are you talking about? I only pick the Titans whenever they're playing the Cardinals. I don't pick them when they are welcoming. What did we talk about earlier? The Seahawks are an incredible team on the road. They just lost a divisional game. They are upset. Sam Darnold is not facing the Rams defensive line. There is no reason why anybody, I don't know what tool Neil is going to be using this week to help pick, but I dare say if it goes the Titans' way, you immediately shift gears. You pivot to whatever opposite it is that happens, because there's no way that the Seahawks are losing this game. Seahawks, gimme.
All right. So I'm going to pick this week. Again, keep with my tradition of nobody cares what I pick. Nobody's betting anything based on my picks. Nobody cares what I say most of the time anyway. So I can say whatever the hell I want. And you know who I'm picking this week?
Who are you picking?
You know who I'm picking? The dice.
Oh,
The dice is my arbiter.
We've
I
done the
will use the
coin?
dice
How's that going to work?
to determine. So
Evens or odds?
it's going to be
Even
based on home team versus away team. So the away team gets 1 to 3.
oh,
The home
Oh.
team gets 4 to 6.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So the
Interesting.
Seahawks are the away team. So, oh mighty die. Who is going to win between the Seahawks and the Titans? It's going to be the Seahawks. It was a 2.
And if it wasn't, it should have been anyway.
It was a 2. All right, there we go. I'm picking the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm picking the Seahawks too. I think this is a big game. I think Sam Darnold, 4 interceptions last week, 4 touchdowns this week.
Oh yeah, Cam Ward himself might throw 4 pick sixes.
Oh, and by the way, as I'm making my picks, A, to remember it, B, to do it, I'm going to make a bet on DraftKings, a $5 parlay for the 6 games that I choose with the die and
Nice.
see what
I like
happens.
that.
I had a question. Can you make the $5 bet with me so that way at least it goes to a good source?
Oh, no. I'm going to give
All
it
right.
to the mega corporation.
Here's the
So,
next game. We got Tampa Bay.
Oh.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay and the Rams. Rams are a 6.5-point favorite in this game. Neil?
Oh, mighty die. As much as I want the Rams to win. Oh, mighty die. Who will pick this? The away team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or the home team, the Los Angeles Rams?
And the die says.
Oh, hang on. It didn't fall correctly.
Oh.
Hold on. It's got to fall on a flat surface. Try again. The Los Angeles Rams.
Wow.
It's a 4 to 6. All right.
They would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers if they were to win this one. I think that the Tampa Bay
Yeah, I mean,
Buccaneers
you're not wrong.
have a game to play with their division as it is. This is the last tough game of their season. The rest of them are in theory pretty easy, depending on how you feel about the Carolina Panthers. So take that as it will. But I will say that the Los Angeles Rams win, and it won't even be that close.
All right.
I'm with you. I don't see a way that Tampa Bay wins this game. They're definitely on the downfall. That Ram defense is really good, and I think Stafford has a bounce back game this week. So.
I would argue that the Rams are the most balanced team. Like we just talked about the Texans and we talked about the Broncos. They're very defensive heavy. We're looking at the Indianapolis Colts. They're very offensively charged and led. The Rams are the most balanced to where they have offensive capabilities, they have defensive capabilities, but sometimes don't always live up to the billing on either side.
All right, let's move on to the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chicago Bears. Bears are a 2.5-point favorite.
I'm not going first on this one.
Phil? Well, no, you go first.
Okay, sure. I will go. This is tough. I will go Bears, because ironically, I think Aaron Rodgers is playing.
He is. What I heard.
Okay, yeah, we're pretty sure. I don't know. I will go with Bears. Again, I don't think that they're not as good as their 7-3 record would indicate, but I think that they are a turnover. Yeah, indicate.
Oh, Indica. Sorry. I
oh,
was thinking about something else.
Indica, apparently. I will say that the Chicago Bears have a turnover special defense where it's not a good defense, but they generate a lot of turnovers, which in turn helps their offense, gets their defense off the field. So it can be its own form of defense.
Ralph is vibing.
I know. I will go with the Chicago Bears and not feel good about it.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears too. I like the way Caleb's starting to play. I feel like he's kind of turned the corner. That Bears offense has turned the corner. They look a lot more confident. The defense is playing really good ball right now. And I'm just not a big Pittsburgh guy right now. I think they're still kind of all over the place. Defensively, they've looked good, then they look bad. I mean, Aaron Rodgers
There's
is
no
who he is.
consistency to the Pittsburgh Steelers in what fashion?
Right. So I'm sticking Bears. I think the Bears at 7-3, I do think they're the worst 7-3 team in the league, but I also think they're not bad.
No, yeah.
So I'm going to take Bears.
They're not like speaking of the Steelers, they're not like the Steelers of like the last year of Big Ben where they were like undefeated 8 weeks into the season.
Cucaracha, who do you got?
Odemade Die. Who you pick? The home team, the Bears, or the away team, the Steelers? We are going with the Chicago Bears.
All right, let's move on. How about we're going to go to the Colts and the Chiefs? Chiefs are a 3-point favorite against the Colts.
Ralph, where are you going?
You know, this is a do or die game for the Chiefs. Now, is this in Kansas City?
This is.
You've got to win this game. I mean, they just have to win this game. Danny Dimes is starting to look like Danny Pennies a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Drop your
Okay.
pennies.
He's starting to look a little bit like the Giants' Danny Jones, which scares me a little bit.
Danny.
But
He's
you
called
got to love
Danny.
Jonathan Taylor. You got to love that defense. I mean, they do. The offense, when it has been clicking, has looked fantastic. Man, the Chiefs are reeling, though, and they are at home. This is a big game for them, but I'm taking the Colts. I think the Colts.
Oh, man.
I think the Colts are better than the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are reeling, and I think this is the demise of the Kansas City Chiefs, and it continues this week. I'm not going to bet the Chiefs based on history. I'm going to bet it based on what I see right now.
Good on you.
Go Colts.
All right. Oh, mighty die. Who do you select? The Indianapolis Colts on the road or the Kansas City Chiefs at home? Oh, my. The die has spoken. It is the Kansas City Chiefs winning this game. There. That's my pick.
Colts +3 is a really good bet, by the way.
Colts coming off of a bye after a hellaciously ugly win abroad. I gotta go.
What are you talking about abroad?
No, you can't do that.
I must.
Oh my god.
Yes, is history probably an indicator? Yes, but this is a moment that the Kansas City Chiefs usually live up to. Like, yes,
But they haven't been this year.
they haven't been, but they're still playing good. Like the difference between this year's Chiefs and last year's Chiefs. Travis Kelce himself admitted, he said, which team do you think is better? Which team would win in a matchup? This year's Chiefs or last year's Chiefs? He said this year's Chiefs. I believe in this year's Chiefs. The difference being in that last year's Chiefs, in those championship moments, in those moments where like the little things matter, where where a penalty will kill the drive, and then and look at I think that there was a penalty to Thornton last week, and then immediately Patrick Mahomes throws a game-sealing interception, essentially on the drive. Those are the mistakes that just did not happen. The Chiefs did not make mistakes last year. I think that that's in them. I think that that's an ability that they still have able to access. And if there's a team and a player that I'm willing to say can't get it done in a big moment, it is the Indianapolis Colts, and it is Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
I do wish at times like these that I had access to Jeffrey O'Brien, because these are the types of games where, for once, it's actually in question of like the Colts actually mattering enough.
He would take the Chiefs.
Oh,
because that's what he does.
Yeah, that's what he does. Yeah, yeah.
Just like you.
I did talk to him last week and or week before, and he's not feeling Danny Dimes. He feels like he's starting to see the old Danny Dimes, and it's scaring him.
And they're going to pay him. Enjoy Danny Dimes, because you got about 3 more seasons of Danny.
Which might not be a bad thing.
It could not.
You're going to have bad games.
It would be so odd to see Daniel Jones like holding up the Lombardi. Doesn't that feel weird? Doesn't that look weird?
It does weird. It looks weird.
Yeah,
because the long part of the trophy is as long as his neck. So yeah, that's why it would be weird.
Let's go to what I think is the worst game of the week.
Oh, I cannot wait for this game.
Raiders versus Browns. Raiders are a 4-point favorite.
That is unbelievable. Let me go first because I know we're going to leave time for what's his name over here to slob all over Shador's knob. Okay. Oh, mighty die. Who is going to win this horrible, awful, cripple fight of a game? Is it going to be the road team, the Cleveland Browns, or the home team, the Las Vegas Raiders? Oh, crap.
Join the crew.
Browns,
Join the entourage.
Die has picked the Browns.
So I'll go next. The only time the Raiders ever look good this season is when they play a really bad team. This is a really bad team. And what makes them even more bad, I talked about this, is the only reason Shador is playing is because their head cheerleader turned him down. They wanted him to play, but of course they had to go to him because he's so terrible. He was horrible last week. He came in, he was 4 of 16, I believe, with an interception, and I think he threw for 47 yards.
You believe right.
And he had a 13 quarterback rating. The play that I turned on, this is vintage Shador. I turned the TV on. He takes the ball and he goes back 22 yards and gets sacked because he holds the ball longer than any quarterback in the NFL.
He runs back.
He can't let the ball go. He constantly holds the ball, which is exactly the same problem Darnold used to have when he was when he was young in his career. He held the ball too long. And this will kill him tomorrow against that Raiders defense. They will feast against Mr. Shador Sanders, and he will have a horrendous game, and they will lose mightily to the Oakland Raiders. I'm going to call them the Oakland Raiders, not the Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are going to kick their butts, I think. I don't see Shador having a good game. I think he's going to have a really hard game, and they go down pretty hard. So I'm taking the Raiders.
You said the Raiders defense will feast. The Raiders defense is like my Chihuahua Elway. Like saying that he feasts upon
against that team, they'll feast.
No, it's awful. Look, Shador Sanders got put into one of the most unfair situations. And look, did not play well. I'm not going to go, but a couple positives. A couple positives there.
Let's hear him.
He actually threw the ball downfield. Holy moly. Like they still had a chance to at least tie and send that into overtime.
And what happened?
And the throw was well placed. I think it was a place where only his...
Was it caught?
It was not. Okay. It was not. And also...
Now we're going to count passes that don't catch. Okay.
First time that he ever played with the ones. He said it was the first time that he ever played with Jerry Jeudy, the number 1 wide receiver. Yeah, I think that matters. So having an entire week dedicated to the game plan built around him, Kevin Stefanski coming around, my goodness, coming around and actually curating an offense for him and to his strengths.
So he's going to hand it off?
Oh my gosh. Look, I do think that he has problems in his games. He is a
You
rookie.
think?
He is a rookie. But God bless him. He accomplished what we needed him to accomplish this year. And he started a game.
Which was had everybody for him get hurt.
For him to
That's
start a
the
game.
only reason he's starting. He has not earned this.
Yeah,
He only earns it by having a beating heart. And he happens to be the only one there.
and somebody else
That's
took
the
a
only
beating.
reason.
Wow.
I love it. Yeah. Well, welcome to the time. The time is now. TikTok. We're starting it up. We're
How
starting
long will
it.
this last? I mean, because how long is Gilroy up?
He has a chance, man. I mean, like,
Okay, let's be real.
Here's the thing. I don't think he needs to play well. He cannot.
Because he won't.
He cannot play badly. Like if he plays
But
bad,
he will.
I don't
He's a
know.
terrible quarterback.
I think we're gonna have I think what is gonna happen is he will throw for like 220 yards with a touchdown, a single touchdown.
Will those
and
be
we
the
will-
interception return yards?
No, and
Oh,
no
okay.
interceptions, no turnovers.
Wow.
And we will have a
Notice
discussion.
I've been staying out
We
of
will
this
have a
conflict.
discussion and a debate about whether or not it was a good performance or not. That is what I think.
We'll be
ultimately
talking about
happens.
this next week.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Speaking of which, by the way, I think we're done with picks. Yes?
We have one
No,
more.
we have one more.
We have one more. Okay, let's go.
So let's go.
I'll go last.
We got the Packers and the Vikings
In
and
Lambeau. In
Lambeau, and the Packers are a 6.5
Field.
point favorite. Phil.
Packers.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Okay, Nate.
The Vikings are a bad team. They don't have a good quarterback. They're not the team of last year. They are the Packers and need a win. They need divisional wins. They are going to make the playoffs. This is where it starts.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Captain Handoff is not a good quarterback. The Packers again, though, have not been a complete team this year. Don't know
Right.
what version of them we're going to get. You would assume at home against a rival, everybody's making all this noise about this game, that the Packers will find a way to win. I'm going to pick.
Packers aren't at home. Vikings aren't at home. Does that change your mind?
Oh, I
No.
thought it was in Lambeau.
No, it's in Lambeau Field. No, the
Oh,
game
so
at
you
the
haven't-
end. The
you
game
haven't-
at the end of the season.
You've led me astray.
No, the
Yeah,
game
no,
at
it's
the
in-
game at
on
the
here.
end of the season
Oh.
is in
Mine
US
says
Bank
verse,
Stadium.
not at.
Fair enough. Either way,
Do you want to change your pick?
no, it doesn't.
All right.
Okay, I'm taking the Packers.
Packers.
Here we go. Oh, mighty die. As much as I want to pick the Green Bay Packers in this game, I also know that historically, that for some strange reason, the Packers have a problem with the Vikings in Lambeau. But it doesn't matter because the die will choose. Oh, mighty die. Is it the visiting team, the Vikings, or the home team, the Green Bay Packers? The die has selected the Minnesota Vikings to win this game. As much as I hate that,
And the parlay's dead.
that is what I'm going with.
Watch
Well,
them win.
Here we go. 6-game parlay.
All right, that's our picks.
Putting it in right now.
Fantastic. $5 to win.
So I'm going to do $5. $5 pays out because of all the awful picks on here. $5 pays out $155.
Wow.
Place bet. Done.
There
Here
we
we go.
What did you
I'm
win?
putting my money where my die is.
Before we move on to what we have a fun ending here, I do want to talk about a
Happy
game
ending,
here.
perhaps?
Joe Burrow's not going to be playing this week against the Patriots, but was that me? You? That was you. Me. That's me. Anyways,
Put your phone down
yeah,
there.
I know. Joe Burrow will
You
not be
dropped the
playing this
soap.
week in a game against the Patriots that largely doesn't matter. Like the Bengals need this in order to stay relevant and in even their divisional race.
Right.
I don't even necessarily want to talk about the game, but it is an excuse to
Yeah,
talk
you do.
about last week's game,
Okay.
in which, let me tell you,
Here we go.
I am all man in
Um,
so much that whenever I told Ralph Romano,
Oh man.
yeah, give me a second.
Hmm.
In so much that when I told Ralph Romano I got a new car that is just like me, what car do you think I got? He said a Prius, and he was correct. I am all man that Ralph Romano took one look at these guns and said,
What guns?
We need exactly they're right there. Need to work out. But I'll tell you what. All this, man. If you want to start pushing the button, all bets are off the moment you spit in my face. The fact that Jamar Chase went so far with his
Oh.
reaffirmation to say, I didn't spit in his face, and as if he doesn't play on one of the, like, this side of a casino or something, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, where like there is like the most cameras that anybody can possibly be in to validate or devalidate your case. That is the one time in everything. I hold so much contempt towards players that make stupid plays and have game-killing penalties that put their team in a disadvantageous position. Jamar Chase, though, the moment you start, you push that button, the moment you want it, you're going to be getting all of this. And I do not blame one iota of Jalen Ramsey getting all but kicked out of that game for retaliating in the fashion he did against Jamar Chase, and good on them for suspending him for a game. Darn near it. The fact that this is something becoming like a routine and it continues to happen, I say he should have been gone for like 2 games, maybe even 3 games. Jamar Chase, deplorable. Absolutely just disgusting and vile.
Wow.
All right.
All right. Are you good? I feel like this is like a rant, like a Minnesota rant.
Of course. The fact that you hawk a loogie, he still had the loogie on his visor.
I'm sorry.
How dare you, Ralph? I'm just starting.
All right.
He comes to the sideline and says, guys, look at this. Look at this.
Okay.
You see it?
You're good.
We got time for one.
Chief Skull has a rant too. How dare you guys pick the Packers? That's as bad as Dodger talk. I'm just saying. Is everybody good?
Yeah, we're good.
I wasn't bad.
Can we do?
Let's fire it up, man. That is not the sounder.
We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of
So
letters.
as you know, despite the fact we are no longer at a radio station for now, we still absolutely get letters sent to us. So they were forwarded from the old address to Ralph's studio. And I looked at a couple of them, and it's interesting. We got some recent ones this week, and like people are still writing letters, which is amazing to me. But here are the letters we
They
have.
still lick the stamps.
We have 4.
Not
That's
spit on the
weird.
stamps.
We
Lick
have
the
4. We're harvesting DNA as we speak. We have 4 letters I want to read to you. Here's the first one. Dear Weekend Warriors, writing for some life advice. I was recently demoted at my new job. That's life. He uses a profanity. Stuff happens. But it really stinks because I thought this job would be better than my last couple of jobs. But it's the same story every time. High expectations, but poor results. You could argue that much of that had to do with my coworkers. At this point, I don't even care about my current career. Clearly, I peaked in college. I probably should have stayed there another year. Sincerely, JF.
Oh, hello. I'm so glad that Justin Fields wrote into the show.
Bingo.
Yeah.
We've been saying it. I've been saying it since he was at Ohio State. He's terrible.
He's got tremendous.
Terrible?
He's terrible.
He might be
Terrible.
the next like Logan Thomas, to where he has athletic. No, I'm serious. To where he has athletic ability, to where he could play another position on the field, because that his mobility
That never
is
works.
an asset.
That never works.
It works for Logan
Seneca
Thomas.
Wallace did that. I mean, I don't know.
It worked for Logan Thomas. It made a lot of money as a tight end.
I think he's out of football.
Look, Justin Fields, apparently a great locker room guy, but in all honesty, a lot of greater quarterbacks have had lesser chances and opportunities than the 3 starting jobs that he's lost. Now, I think it's it.
The blatant way he misses passes. It's so ugly. I mean, it just tells you everything you need to know about him.
I want to talk to a quarterback's coach to see whether is it his mechanics, is it just it, because he has a lot of it. He even has an arm,
But it's gotten worse.
it's gotten worse. Maybe he's injured and like all this running just messes with his shoulder. I don't know what it is. It is abysmal to watch, and a lot of his yards that he does get for positive gain are just in garbage time, where the defense isn't even giving an honest effort anymore.
And Chief Skull responds to you and says Prescott should have been booted from suspended for his spit too.
That one,
If you're so mad about that one, how come not him?
well, I am certainly mad about Jalen Carter. Anybody spitting on anybody. The Dak Prescott is a little questionable. This one was when you get to loogie status.
Here we
When
go.
you get to loogie status on somebody where it was near their eye,
All right.
my grandpa taught me, if you spit on somebody, then that you spit on the dirt. So if you're spitting on somebody, you think of them in less than dirt. And
Okay.
so I just that is the one where I will never verbally attack a player for what they do in response and retaliation to them.
All right. Well, I got
Next
3 more
letter.
letters to read here. So here's another one. This is an interesting one. Dear Weekend Warriors, first of all, props to the show for its undying loyalty to my team, except for Phil. Oh, that's weird. They
That
called
is
you
weird.
out directly.
Yeah, no kidding.
Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that as the hate makes me more powerful than ever, I'm branching out. I'm going to help out another team that's not even in my sport. I'm unstoppable. Soon I'll be advising members of Congress and maybe even world leaders. In fact, if you on your show need help figuring out what to do with the show, give me a call. It doesn't matter who else is on the phone. I can take calls back to back.
Wow.
Sincerely,
Wow.
AF.
You got to love that Andrew Friedman actually wrote into the show. I love that. And the fact that him and was it for Facade
Yes, I
are
forget his
going to
name.
be working on the Lakers now, helping the Lakers
Yeah, no kidding.
to take their next step. We're going to have back-to-backs in the same city going on. This is crazy. You gotta love. I love Andrew Friedman. I love what he brings to the table. They've already gotten with Plink and started talking to him about things that they want to do. Beware, Laker haters, because I think they're going to become even more relevant here in the very near future. When LeBron's easing out, what will they bring in?
As LeBron's easing out, others are going to ease in.
Yeah, exactly.
Ron Jeremy.
Be scared if you hate the Lakers, because I have a feeling they're going to be doing some serious damage.
Yeah, no, I think that they're really set up in a good position, and it's no longer the mom and pop run car shop dealership. It is now a Carvana.
Very good. I like that. That's well done. All right.
Good letter.
This is another letter here. Dear Weekend Warriors, just wanted to give thanks for my blessings in life. Okay, a little self-referential. Take it from a guy that receives nothing but love from people, no matter how poorly I perform on the field. Hell, even my own league loves me. I'm a goofball. I have a ridiculously positive outlook on life, always have a smile on my face, and you never know when I might drop an occasional Bible verse. But it's all an act. I think you know that.
Sure.
My personality and charm distract people from the fact that I basically suck at my job. Anyway,
wow.
It's chilly here in New York. I need to light some $100 bills on fire to keep me warm. Sincerely, J.W.
Now, why would Jameis Winston self-hate on himself, especially whenever he is just a lover of musical theater, like as co-lovers of musical theater, as he sang Hamilton prior to his start for the New York Giants. He all but won that. Like, he all but took that game to overtime against the Packers. It was right there. It actually was against the wide receiver. Like, there was an earlier interception that was on Jameis Winston, surely. I think Jameis Winston, you know what? I had a friend once.
You did.
At one time, I had a friend.
He died, though, so it's different.
Yeah, and he had this grandma that was just absolutely kooky and wild and just such a trip, and would be so honest and tell people exactly where to shove it, and like every single thought that she had. She was so much fun. But I told him, I am so glad she is a wonderful grandma. I'm glad she's not my grandma. That's the thought that everybody has about Jameis Winston, where it's like, God, I want Jameis Winston to be a starter somewhere.
Just not on my team.
I just don't want to be my starter.
I agree.
All right. Great. One more letter before we leave you for this week. And this one's written directly to you.
Oh.
It's weird.
Oh.
To my main man, Phil. As I'm about to embark on my greatest journey of my life, I want to reach out to you and thank you for your loyalty to me. Despite all the evidence, despite my actual performance, despite all of my miscues and inconsistencies, you've remained steadfast in your love for me.
Yes.
You've chosen to ignore the facts and buy into the hype.
Yeah.
You exemplify what's good and right in the world of sports fandom. And you've gone out of your way on the air and online to not only praise me, but defend me from my detractors. You, sir, are a national treasure. You are, I dare say, legendary.
Wow.
Sincerely, SS.
Yes, and one of the S's has a money sign.
You're right. How did you know that? That's weird.
Well, it's because me and Shador, I'm surprised that he sent it to you, because me and him have a personal rapport, that we.
Well, no, I think he did it intentionally to
publicly.
He wanted to
love.
strut on us. He wanted to dunk on us. Is what he did.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if I wasn't going to the game for the Jaguars and the Cardinals, I would be saying
Jaguars.
that. Yeah, I would be saying, like, we should all get dinner so that way we can be romantic and have a little candlelight dinner while watching Shador.
I would love that.
Yeah, I would love that too. I would be eating my steak and just
You'd
having
be
a little
sitting
bite.
on my lap and I'd be spanking you the whole time.
Well,
What is happening here?
I don't know why we're talking about the other side of the bed, but
wow. Well, there you go. Those are the letters to the
good,
show.
man.
Those are
very
letters
good
to the
letters.
show.
All right. So, hey, Chief Skulls Online says Justin Fields has no emotion in his issues. Is his issue no fire? And that wasn't JW. That was KC for Kirk Cousins.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Justin Fields, he's an emotional. Again, apparently to a
Kirk
man.
Cousins, man. It's Kirk O'Chains. What are you
keep
talking
saying
about? It's Cole's cash, baby.
You're thinking about 4 years ago, Kirk Cousins. I think post that ACL, maybe it's like part of like his inability now to get a good stance or whatever.
I'm a fan. I romanticize the past, apparently.
Well,
So
you'll get the rest of the season to enjoy Kirk Cousins and the horrendous ability that he has left to just air, a dead lame duck all these passes to Drake London, who's just going to die for the cause. Kirk Cousins, God bless you. Get your money, all guaranteed. Pave the way. Now go home.
All right. Don't forget, this week is My Cause, My Cleats. If you guys take a look at the cleats, there's been some cool ones already in that first game. But it's kind of a neat thing where the players put their cause or whatever support they have.
They put their cause on their cleats.
On
their
their cleats.
My Cause, My Cleats.
My
Wow.
Cause, My
Wow.
Cleats. It's actually very cool, some of the cleats you get to see. So kind of one of the only things NFL does that I actually go, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
because they do a lot of things where I go, hey, that's really stupid.
I'm gonna miss
so.
the Tampa Bay TB12 fleets.
Thanks for spending part of your weekend with us, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again next week. It's Weekend Warriors Shadorless on this station.
Legendary.
Nation.